Mario Gonzalez. Color guard members in the center of the field, United States Rifle Cadet Sergeant Adrian Acevedo. The United States Flag Cadet Major Joanna Trejo. Texas Flag Cadet Private Erlen Rocha. And the Texas Rifle Cadet Captain Carla Lerma. And now, please join us as the Panther Corps honors America with the playing of our national anthem. Thank you, and once again, thank you to all our veterans. Please welcome your Weslaco Panthers.
And live, we have Friday Night Football. We're at Bobby Lackey Stadium, Weslaco, Texas. And it is the host team, the Weslaco Panthers, taking on Los Fresnos Falcons. It's district action in 32-6A. The Panthers, they are 3-5 overall and 2-4 in district. And for Los Fresnos, they are 6-3 overall and 4-2 in the district. Of course, for Weslaco, this is going to be their final game of the season. Won't be making the playoffs, but it's been a fun year covering them, and we know they will give it a full effort tonight. And also, back here after a week off, ready to give us full effort once again, is Baldy Alvarez. I'm Scott Harrison. Baldy, welcome back to the show. And before we get started, it's great to have you here. Who's going to get the opening kickoff?
Los Fresnos won the toss. They actually decided to defer. They are going to be kicking from north to south. Let's talk a little bit about some of the jerseys that we got going on. Los Fresnos, we got gold with the maroon lettering. Weslaco Panthers going with their classic purple with the white lettering as well. And here comes Los Fresnos Panthers all ready to go.
All right, well, again, it's been a tough year of injuries for the Weslaco Panthers, just like the school also in town, Weslaco East. Both these teams have suffered from injuries, but they're going to make the most of it regardless. Jacob Povazos, he had played a lot of quarterback this year for Weslaco. He is out for the season, had a broken collarbone a number of weeks ago. Actually, it was against Hannah, and he had actually done a nice job. He had completed 13 of 29 passes for 167 yards and 3 interceptions, no touchdowns, but that was not his forte. His forte was rushing, where he completed 48, actually rushed 48 times for 314 yards, 4 touchdowns, averaged over 6 yards a rush. So he's out of the equation. Also out of the equation is Peyton Kanab. He, I believe, got injured in the Weslaco East game, and he had 25 carries for 84 yards and a touchdown, and that had been on a return, I believe it was a kickoff return in a non-district game, which actually was the game-winning score. So those guys are missing. They haven't been here for a while. The guy we are going to look for a lot tonight is Matthew DeSantiago. He is their main running back. And a guy at quarterback that has played a lot, will probably start for them, Marco Leal. and he's a senior. So those are some of the people for Weslaco that should do a good job. We see the uniforms for the visitors that we've been talking about a moment ago.
Yes, sir.
Field looks great tonight. There was
Perfect
some rain
weather
earlier today,
Uh-huh.
but nothing right now. It is a cool night. Good football weather, and the ball is kicked off, yeah. And it is going to be taken at about the 23-yard line and moved near the 30-yard line. And that's where it's going to be first down and 10. And it looked like, well, let's see it. Let's see the kickoff here and see how it went. All right. Took a couple players to bring him down.
Number 34.
Well, that was our rusher.
Okay, I believe that's Matthew Carizales. Taken down by number 35 for Los Fresnos.
No, actually, Andrew Alquin.
Andrew, oh, there you go. I'm sorry. I read the number wrong on that one.
Okay, so it's going to be first and 10. Ball at the 31-yard line is where they officially mark it. And everybody waiting to see the action. Looks like it's Leal at quarterback. One back in the backfield. And it's going to be no gain. No gain to the line of scrimmage on that play. And taking the first handoff of the day is Jeremy Coronado. So Coronado on the run. And as you can see, he is stood up right as he gets to the line of scrimmage.
That was 48. I don't think we have a name for number 48, sorry.
Second down and 9, ball at the 32-yard line. Motion. And ball is going to be pitched in the backfield, and it's going to be a big loss on that play.
Great read by
Devin Dana with it. And actually Dana is thrown for quite a loss. So not much on the first two plays. Gain of 1. And on that play, yeah.
Corner pull up real quick.
Right.
Great read on that.
On the direct snap. So it was a loss of 7 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd and 16. And ball is handed off this time to Coronado again. And he will get it down to about the 34-yard line. Gets a nice run on that play, but much short of the first down.
Looks like they are going to punt.
Yeah. So it's going to be 4th down. Again, they'll put the ball down. Looks to be about the 33. So we'll call it a gain of 8 on the play.
Back to return, that's number 34, Johnny Cadengo.
4th down and 8. And ball is punted.
Short punt.
Francisco Moreno.
Real short punt.
And the ball will be marked. Looks like inside the territory of Weslaco. So Weslaco on their first series goes 3 and out, only gets 2 yards of total offense. But the cheerleaders still ready to cheer on their team.
Oh yeah.
No matter what. And I'm looking at the back of the uniforms of Los Fresnos. It says family. So
awesome.
A motivational tool tonight.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Again, instead of having individual names or anything else, it says family.
One word for everybody.
Charles Chapa, the quarterback, senior, 5'10", 170, can throw, can rush the ball, and it's going to be a reverse on the first play, and the ball will go down to about the 30-yard line, 25, maybe near the 22-yard line, and on the reverse, it was Nico Valencia. He is their top receiver, but also he shows that he can run with the ball.
They did a quick handoff to Albert Bonuelos. He was the one that gave the reverse over to, that was number 10, I'm sorry, Nicolas Valencia.
All right, the ball went 17 yards from the 39 to the 22, I believe, on that play. Gain of 17, 1st and 10. And again, another rushing play, this time not much, as the ball is brought up the middle. And on that play, it was, let's see here, I'm double checking the number. Chapa handed it off, not quite sure that time, we'll double check. Okay, it was number 6, Albert Bonuelos. Son Bonuelos on the carry, 3 yards, 2nd down and 7, ball at the 22-yard line. Chapa, one back in the backfield, shotgun. Trips on the right side. This time he'll throw to the one receiver on the left, and the ball is going to be thrown out of bounds. You can see him. Tried to get it. It was Robert Ramirez. pass was incomplete to Ramirez.
Great defense.
Mm-hmm.
Real great defense. All over that. That was number 26, Matthew Carizales.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 7, ball at the 20-yard line.
Big
in Weslaco territory. Chapas back next to him. Now will roll to the right side, throws to the left, and a screen pass, and it is going to go down to the 10, 5, touchdown, and it is going to be a 20-yard touchdown, and it was Albert Benuelos, the running back Benuelos, who gets the touchdown, 20 yards on that play. So we see Los Fresnos scores on their first offensive series. Takes it about 39 yards after getting a good field position and scores. Extra point attempt coming up here in just a moment. 9:09 remaining here in the first quarter. Teams getting set. Kicking toward the scoreboard side of the field, the south side. And the extra point attempt is up by Adrian Torres, and it's good, and I believe he's made every extra point attempt he's tried so far this season. So with 9:09 remaining here in the first quarter, Falcons over the Panthers 7-0. You're listening to our broadcast live right now. Facebook only. Later tonight you can watch it on YouTube and still later on KWES. This is a KWES production. And back once again, we're at Bobby Lackey Stadium in Weslaco, Texas. Along with Baldy Alvarez, I'm Scott Harrison. And the Falcons scoring their first drive of the night after Weslaco went 3-and-out on theirs. A 20-yard touchdown pass from Chapa to Albert Benuelos. And now Weslaco will see what they can do on their second possession. Ball is kicked off. And it will come down near the 20-yard line, and it is going to be returned to about the, say, 37-yard line. And Andrew Alguin brings the ball back once again. So decent field position for Weslaco.
That's good field position.
See if they can capitalize on it.
28. Andrew Alguin on the return for.
And I guess technically Alguin is how you pronounce his name. So
okay.
Alguin. So Alguin on the return. And again, we'll see what Weslaco does. Good crowd out here.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate all the fans supporting the team. 1st and 10, again, ball for 37. Shotgun formation. One back lined up in the backfield, and he is going to get it. And he'll get not much yardage at all. Good defense so far up the middle by Los Fresnos. And you can see on the replay, handoff. And again, small gain. Jeremy Coronado, junior running back. And they say no gain, so it's 2nd down and 10. You have to be impressed with the interior defense so far of Los Fresnos.
It's just nothing but stuff. They stuffed the entire midsection, and they're not able to get anything going.
Motion right to left, and as the ball is snapped, there is a whistle. Should be our first penalty of the night.
Prior to the snap, false start. On the offense, everybody but the center.
Oh.
Still 2nd down.
It's the 2nd time we've heard that this year.
Yes, we have. Everybody but the center. So officially on the last play, before the penalty, they gave a 1 yard to Coronado. And that is going to move the ball back to about the 34-yard line. Close to 2nd and 14.
Same
Quick
play.
pitch, or a handoff, I should say, to Coronado, or actually this time, no, correction. It's Jaden Cavazos. Cavazos has it. Little sweep there. Jet sweep type situation, and he's going to go downfield and got nice yardage on that. Got to within 4 of the 1st down. Ball was at the 34-yard line, now down to about the 43. Pick up about 9 on the play.
They're moving.
Liel so far going all the way at quarterback. Elijah Banda also we've seen play some, played last week. Leal back to pass, and this time he's going to throw it downfield, and his receiver is well covered and cannot quite get to the ball, and it was Cavazos. Good coverage against Jane Cavazos as we see the replay. Just dropping back, it's Leal. Throws it upfield. And it's knocked away at the last second. Good defensive coverage.
Yeah. That was
number 34.
34, Johnny Cadengo.
So it'll be 4th down and 4. Punt this time. Moreno. And it's going to be caught in traffic at about the 32-yard line.
Risky play.
Yeah, risky play. And is that gentleman once again?
Yes, sir. Johnny Cadengo.
Right. He gets the ball for Los Fresnos. And they will have it 1st and 10. 7-18. So what are your impressions so far of what you've seen?
Los Fresnos is doing an excellent job, stuff in the middle. You know, Weslaco has the opportunity to make the big plays. Unfortunately, they've been mostly 3 and out. I believe the first play had a little momentum this next one, but, you know, unfortunately wasn't able to capitalize. Here we have Los Fresnos now.
Chapa will throw the ball right away, throws it over to his left, and good lateral pursuit, and there's a fumble on the play, and it is picked up. It is picked up by the home team. Big play right there. The ball went over to Eddie Uribe, but it's
running on the field is a fumble recovered by Weslaco.
Evan Margo.
First down.
Evan Margo after the fumble by Uribe. Let's see it. There you can see Uribe losing it. The ball is loose. It is picked up. And
Marco Noriega.
Oh, Marco Noriega. Okay, correction there. Marco Noriega, after watching it again. Marco Noriega with the ball.
Big play.
Yeah, big play.
Very big play right there.
So the ball is now at the 22-yard line of Los Fresnos after the turnover. 1st and 10. Wow, that was huge. But maybe you need their defense. And before the play even is snapped, there is a flag.
Illegal snap. Number 71. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
So you don't want to go in the wrong way.
Yeah, definitely not.
Noriega, by the way, a linebacker, just a junior. We've seen him play well before in games that we've done for the Panthers.
Called his name quite a bit.
Motion, right to left. Leal gets the snap, hands it off right away, and sweeping around the left side and going down to near the 12-yard line. A nice rush on that play by Jeremy Coronado. Again, the ball was at the 28-yard line, and that's going to be a first down. I believe that is the first down of the game for Weslaco. So they get about 16 yards on that play. You can see Coronado. He's going to get it again. Tries to go up the middle, maybe gets a yard or two. And so far, we have not seen DeSantiago. I don't know if he's injured or anything, but he's not been in so far.
Don't have anything on him yet.
No.
By now, we'd be calling his name quite a bit.
Yeah, so we're not quite sure his situation. Ball is now down at the 10-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down. They can get a first down at the 2-yard line. 2nd down and 8. Approaching the midway point of the first quarter. Motion left to right. Leal back to pass and tries to get it downfield. And it is intercepted. Intercepted at the goal line that time. And that was J.J. Sanchez.
Yeah, just like that, goes back to Los Fresnos. Risky pass there. You know, there was a very short opening. I don't know if you saw at the corner, but, you know, Los Fresnos defender did pull up and was able to capitalize on that pass. And it's very risky to throw those high passes like that. But like I said, he did have the opening. But Los Fresnos defender, I didn't see what number it was. He came up, had a good read, and just was able to get the ball.
And Sanchez, a junior defensive back, slender guy, 5'10", 150.
Wow.
But came up big on that play.
Definitely did.
So it'll be 1st and 10 inside the 5-yard line. Ball officially marked at 3. In the shotgun, Chapa will be getting the ball in the end zone. He's going to keep it this time, and he will get nothing, maybe even loses a little bit on that play.
That was a close one.
He, of course, doesn't mind rushing the ball. He has rushed the ball this season 98 times for 534 yards, rushed for 8 touchdowns, averages about 5.5 yards a carry, but that time he loses a yard on the play. So it's going to be 2nd and 11, ball at the 2-yard line. If they could stop Los Fresnos from getting a first down, they would get the ball back in probably pretty good field position. This time Chop is going to try to throw the ball down the near sideline, and it's caught. It's caught near the 30-yard line, going to the 50, and finally being brought down over there. A nice catch by, I believe it was Isaiah Munez. Let's see a replay.
84, Elian Gonzalez with the catch. Using that height.
Yeah.
6'2", 170.
All right, it was actually Ethan Reina who got it. Reina gets it, and he gets it up near midfield. So it was a nice completion of that on that play of about 44 yards. And now a running play. Albert Banuelos. And he's going to pick up a couple. It's going to be 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 46-yard line. And there's going to be offsides there, I believe. No? Yeah, I'm sure there is. It should be a free play for Los Fresnos. And the receiver is going to get it near a first down. We'll have to wait and see. Receiver Robert Ramirez.
Let's see what the...
And again, a flag just as the ball was snapped.
Offside on the defense, number 99. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
Yeah, the defender jumped off sides, and the quarterback knew he had a free play. And gets the ball down to the 35 for the first down. You can see Chapa there. 5'10", 170. Going to hand it off once again this time. Not much going. Banuelos on it. He is stopped very quickly on that run. Among those in on the stop, Jesse Ramos, defensive end. So it's going to be 2nd down and 7, ball at the 32-yard line. Chapa, slots on each side, one back in the backfield. Tries to set up a little screen pass, but it's incomplete. So 3rd down coming up. It's going to be 3rd and 7, ball still at the 32-yard line. 4:04 remaining here in the opening quarter. It is the Falcons over the Panthers, 7-0. And every time I see the back of the jersey there, you can see the word family. I always think of that old song by Sister Sledge. Remember the old hit from the 70s? We are family.
We are family.
Right. So. And this time we're going to have a handoff over to the left. And the ball is going to, or the run I should say, is going to pick up several yards, but no first down. Albert Banuelos on the carry. So we will have a 4th down coming up. Maybe a couple yards on the carry. 4th down and 3. Ball at about the 29-yard line. And Chapa will try to throw it downfield. And good coverage near the sidelines. Ball is thrown incomplete that time to Elian Gonzalez. Gonzalez, 6'2", 170-pounder, sophomore.
There's a flag on the play.
Offsides on the defense, number 44. It's a 5-yard penalty. The result of the penalty is a first down.
That was significant, to say the least, because you had them stop. It was 4th down, but now you give them new life. So the ball will be marked at the 29-yard line, 1st and 10 for Los Fresnos. And this time quarterback holds on to the ball and gives it off at the last second. And that looked like kind of a confusing play. Did that look like maybe some sort of broken play there? Okay, Chapa has it. He's faking the handoff to Banuelos. There's all kinds of confusion.
Oh, they bumped into each other.
Yeah, they bumped into each other. So there's a loss on that play of 3. 2nd down and 13, ball at the 27-yard line. You might hear some of the coaches in the background yelling out.
Might get a heads up on the play.
All right. Slots on each side, little screen pass, and it's incomplete at the line of scrimmage. Nico Valencia, he was the recipient of the ball but couldn't hold on to it. Looked like it was a good pass, just that time couldn't do anything with it. So it's going to be 3rd and 13 coming up. Again, 2:55 remaining, opening quarter. We'll talk about Valencia more. He's their top receiver. Slots each side. Benuelos in the backfield. This time Chapa is going to throw it down on the left side and overthrows his intended receiver in the end zone. And that was Michael Torres. And you can see him throw the ball. Camarena on the coverage.
Timeout.
Timeout on the field. We have a player down right now. It happens to be a Panther. Looks like maybe some sort of leg injury. We'll have to wait and see. Don't want to speculate. We'll let them take a look over, the people that handle that type of thing. We were talking about Valencia. So far this year, Nico has caught 44 passes for 470 yards, averaging almost 16 yards a catch.
Wow.
And has 4 touchdowns.
Impressive.
And he can run the ball too. I'm sure these are on reverses or sweeps or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
6 times for 81 yards.
Wow.
13.5 per carry, 2 touchdowns. So he's responsible for 6 touchdowns so far this season.
Wow.
And as far as Los Fresnos,
Please set the play clock at 40 seconds. 40 seconds.
they have 12 returning lettermen. Only 2 on offense, 4 on defense. So they had to pretty much rebuild this year. It's Patrick Brown, their coach. He's in his 2nd year. And looking there at the replay, is that 94 or 84 coming off? I believe it's
94.
94. Okay. So he's being helped off the field, walking a little slowly. We're talking about Jesse Ramos. Had a big tackle just a while ago. We mentioned his name. Junior defensive end. We hope he's okay. He is walking, but with a little aid.
Yeah.
Won't speculate on this situation. There's going to be a field goal attempt coming up. It's going to be a 44-yard attempt. Ball at the 34-yard line is where the kick will be attempted. We await the snap. And it's down. It goes, and it's going to be short. Don't know if it was partially blocked that time. No good. So that is beneficial. Adrian Torres, you can see the ball's put down. It may have been tipped.
Yeah, I think it might have been.
Yeah.
Very little, but it was enough to get it.
Right. Holder on that play was receiver Robert Ramirez. So timeout on the field. Falcons leading the Panthers 7-0. 2:44 remaining here in the opening quarter. And you're listening live on Facebook. And actually, we will keep it right here. They come back out fairly quickly, so we'll just keep it right here. Leal, I believe, still a quarterback. One back to his left. Motion right to left. And he'll throw the ball. Short pass. And then it's pitched back. And a couple-yard gain. First, the ball went over to Cavazos. Then he pitches it back to Denna. You can see the play. Jenny Cavasso has it. And then passes it back to Denna. And Denna gets a few more yards and knocked out of bounds. Total of 5 yards gain. 2nd down and 5. Ball 32-yard line. Leal this time throwing it upfield. And there's a fight for the ball near the 40-yard line in Los Fresnos territory. And the pass is incomplete. Was intended for Denna. And back on defense, number 11.
Armando Quesada.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 5. Ball at the 32-yard line. Leal's got a nice arm, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. He definitely does.
Leal will throw this time to his left, short pass to Denna. And Denna will work his way over the 40-yard line to about the 41. Had to get to the 37, so got about 4 more yards than he needed. Picked up about 9 yards on that reception. You can see him knocked out of bounds. It's going to be 1st down and 10. Ball at the 42-yard line of the Panthers. Moving right to left here in the first half. Coronado gets the ball, and he will not get much at all as he tries to go over right tackle. You can see Jeremy right there. Leal bringing the team back up. Coronado still in the backfield. Slots on each side. And Leal hesitates for a moment, tries to get it to Denna, and almost disaster, almost picked off on that play, and that was number 34.
Johnny Cadengo.
And
call his name again.
Yeah, if he could have got that ball, he might have gone all the way.
Big 6.
So that was a lucky play that time. Sometimes in a game you need a little luck, not just skill, a little bit of luck, but can't rely on that the whole game. So it's going to be 3rd down and 11, ball at the 41-yard line. Under 2 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter.
3rd and 11.
One back in the backfield. We've got motion. Cavazos, Jaden was going left to right.
Number 82 on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
So that's going to make it 3rd and not so magical.
Not so magical.
That's funny. I say not magical, you say not magical. We both have different ways of looking at it, but they're both right.
Exactly.
And I'm not quite sure you meant to say
no
magical, but you said magical instead. But you were right, though, what you said. That's the funny part about it. All right, Leal attempting to get it downfield, gets it down near the 30-yard line, and it's picked off. It's going to be picked off and brought back to about midfield, actually down to about the 42-yard line in the territory of Weslaco. And on the pickoff that time, J.J. Sanchez. Remember, he had that other, he had an interception before, it was a fumble recovery.
Fumble recovery.
Fumble recovery.
That's what it was.
Yeah, so he's had 2 big plays, and the officials are conferring that is. I believe Jaden Cavazos was the intended receiver. We'll have to see what they say. See if the play stands or not. We're going to get a ruling right now.
After the change of possession, illegal block in the back. Number 12 on the return. That'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. 1st down, Los Fresnos.
Well, you heard that. So not quite as good field position. Field position was in Weslaco territory, I guess down near around the 40-yard line after the turnover, but it's going to be moved back. So the ball now is at the Los Fresnos 46-yard line. Chapa bringing the team to the line. He's got slots on each side. Slot and the motion is going toward the right. And he is going to be sacked. Ball is loose. Who is going to come up with it? Looked like 28 had it for a moment. Alguin. But who are they going to say? Was he down already? There's Chapa going down. He's hit. Loses the ball. Alguin goes in for it. He was hit by Roy Torvino, but I guess they said he was down before.
Yeah, it looked like a fumble, but then I can see where they said, he was down.
Nice defensive hustle that time by Andrew Alguin. We've called his number some. Strong safety. And this time a rush over on the left side, sweep, and it was Albert Banuelos. Roy Torvino pushed him out of bounds. It was a long way to go. The ball now is at the 46-yard line. It had been 3rd and 21. Gained about 8 on that play. So it'll be, or actually it'd been 2nd down, so it's 3rd down now, 3rd and 13. This time a handoff from the quarterback. And it's going to be Banuelos, and he's going to be near a 1st down. Quarterback got it. Kind of a blind handoff. He was looking in one way. You can see he's looking one way, and then hands it to the running back coming from the other way. And he's going to get a nice gain. It'll be very close to the 1st down. 4th down and 1.
Yeah, it was real close to the 1st down. Went from...
Got about 12 on that play. Banuelos got 12. It's at the 46-yard line of Weslaco. This probably will be the final play of the 1st quarter, if they even snap it. Down to 11 seconds. And that is going to be...
Timeout.
Our timeout.
Los Fresnos, they're first.
They're first. Panthers still have all 3 of theirs. And again, Los Fresnos, 6-3 this year, 4-2 in district. Patrick Brown is their coach. He's in their second year. Was 8-5 last year, 4-3 in district, and went to the regional semifinals.
Oh.
So this is a team that definitely has some potential. Last week, Los Fresnos defeated Brownsville Rivera 28-14, but it was tied at 7-all at halftime.
Oh, wow.
And I believe it was maybe 14-all after 3 periods, but then finally a couple of unanswered touchdowns were scored by the Falcons, and they picked up the victory. All right, a running play, and it's going to go to the 20. It's at the 15, 10, and it is going to be a touchdown. So nice run on that play. On 4th and 1, no wonder they took the timeout. And going all the way for the score on that play.
Johnny Cadengo again.
Yeah.
With a touchdown for the Falcons.
So good run on that play. Extra point attempt coming up. That was the final play of the quarter. So fooled Weslaco. And again, I was kind of wondering why they took that timeout.
Yeah.
But now I see why. Extra point attempt is up, and it is good. And so as we have ended the first quarter of play, it is the Los Fresnos Falcons over the Weslaco Panthers, 14-0. You're listening to this audio only live. You can see the replay maybe right now. Audio only live on Facebook. Watch it later tonight on YouTube and still later on K-West. This is a K-West production.
At the end of the quarter, Falcons ahead, 14-0. Miriam Gibbon, Allstate Insurance, is our first quarter sponsor. Stop by and visit Miriam Gibbon, 2 full-service agencies located in Weslaco and McAllen. They'll give you a free quote for your home, auto, life, or business.
And back once again, along with Baldy Alvarez, I'm Scott Harrison. We're at Bobby Lackey Stadium, Weslaco, Texas. And after 1 quarter of play, it's the Falcons over the Panthers, 14-0. Getting ready for the kickoff. Begin the second quarter. Adrian Torres doing those honors. So Panthers trying to get back into this. And it'll be punted to about the 25-yard line. Ball's brought about 5 yards more, and that's going to be it. So it'll be near the 30-yard line where the Panthers will start 1st and 10. We see the kick going up, coming down. And it looks like it's Algeen again. Algeen got the ball. Panthers talking some things over on the sidelines right now. And they'll officially put the ball down at the 31-yard line. 1st and 10. Left to right here in the quarter for the Panthers. Heading toward the south side, the scoreboard side.
Let's see what happens.
Slot on the right side. Motion to the left. And it will be given to the back in motion, and that is Denna, and he can't get anywhere. He came a little jet sweep from his wide receiver position on the left side, heading right, and as he got it, lateral pursuit was good.
That swarm defense on Los Fresnos end.
And Denna's shaken up.
I mean, unbelievable.
You can see the lateral pursuit. And he's brought down by a couple guys, and it looked like on that play, among those in on the tackle was Christian Pena. And let's see who else. I believe Matthew Ortiz, defensive end. So Denna comes off the field, goes to the bench, hopefully nothing too serious. And a loss of 5 on that play. 2nd down and 15, ball at the 26-yard line. Handed off to Coronado, and Coronado may pick up 2 or 3.
Yeah, Los Fresnos, they're just doing an excellent job on stuffing that middle. I mean, what more can you do? They got the good swarm, they got the good stuff. So, I mean, this Weslaco offense just needs to have a big play, get that momentum going, and then, you know, we've seen it happen before.
I do see Matthew DeSantiago on the sidelines, number 21.
Okay.
And again, we're not clear on his status. We have not heard, but he has not been in as far as we know yet tonight. So it's now 3rd down and 13 after that last run. Ball at the 26-yard line. Early second quarter, 14-point lead for the Falcons. This time Leal will pass, Marco Leal, and he will throw a long pass down to about the 40-yard line. It was Jaden Cavazos, the intended receiver, also back in that area. Jay Granados, but it's incomplete. 4th down and 13, punt coming up.
Punt coming up.
You can see the pass.
Yeah, that pass could have gone either way for offense and defense.
Now you see the punter coming out, also the field goal kicker.
Here we got Johnny Cadengo once again back to return for the Falcons.
Francisco Moreno will do the kicking, but before he can, there is a flag.
Ball start. Number 38 on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
And we talked about Denna being shaken up. He's on the bench. It looks like they're looking at him. I don't know exactly what's going on, but hopefully he can be back. He's a major weapon in the offense.
Oh, yeah.
Got shaken up in that last series. So Moreno will try to punt the ball this time. Close to being blocked.
Real close.
But it's going to be taken at about the 30-yard line. And back to the 28. Actually, Marco Noriega in on the tackle. And again, it was that gentleman that scored the last touchdown.
Cadengo again.
You can see Cardango. He's being pursued. And he's slowed up and finally brought down the man that kind of made him reverse his angle, Raul Camarena. And then brought down for the tackle. Slowed him up. 1st down and 10, ball at the 23-yard line for Los Fresnos. There's Chapa, the quarterback. And he's got slots on each side. Banuelos in the backfield to his right. Chapa drops back to the 20. Looks downfield, has a receiver wide open. Can he get it to him? Oh, he was wide open. That was another lucky break for Weslaco. He would have been in for the touchdown. Just a little bit overthrown that time. Nico Valencia, he's their top receiver too. Had he got there, there was no doubt he would have scored.
Yeah, he would have been gone, long gone.
So
big break for the Panthers, though.
Esquivala on the coverage. 2nd down and 10, ball at the 29-yard line. And Banuelos has it this time, and he is stopped right at the line of scrimmage, and it is Marco Noriega.
Once again.
You'll see in a second here. Noriega greets him, and not very friendly. Got him down, you can see that. So Banuelos, 3rd down for the Falcons, 3rd down and 11. A loss of 1 on that play. Ball at the 28-yard line. And a whistle before the ball can be snapped. So another penalty coming up. Waiting for the call.
Prior to the snap, false start. On the offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Been a few penalties in this game.
Oh, yeah.
Little laundry.
There you go.
It's going to be 3rd and 16, ball at the 28-yard line. 9:59 remaining here in the first half. 14-0 Falcons lead. Chapa drops back a few yards. This time trying to get it down to, I believe, Valencia again, and he's going to get to the 20, 15, 10, 5, and it is a touchdown of 76 yards. Nico Valencia, remember, he just barely missed a similar touchdown moments ago.
Just happened.
And I think they said, hey, we had a lot of success almost on that play. Let's try it one more time. Let's go to the well again. And you can see Valencia going the 76 yards for the score.
I mean, just you saw the speed on that young man, and it doesn't surprise me that they made that play again.
We talked about him earlier. We said that he had a lot of talent as a receiver, and that is going to be his 5th touchdown reception of the season. I believe now he has 8 touchdowns total. Going for the 2-point play Chapa throws it in the corner in the back of the end zone, and guess what? It's Valencia. Valencia gets behind the defender and gets the 2-point conversion. So it's all Valencia on that scoring series. 22-0. Los Fresnos Falcons over the Weslaco Panthers. 9:48 remaining first half. You're listening live audio only right now on Facebook. Watch it later tonight on YouTube and still later on KWES. This is a KWES production.
As always, thank you to Barber for sponsoring Water Bang the Sand. Water, just like you like.
And we're back once again. Balde Alvarez, he likes to try to tape me while we're doing these games to see all my mannerisms. All right, this is Scott Harrison. Is this going to wind up online or something?
I don't know. It might. You never know.
Yeah, I figured that.
Behind the scenes.
All right, behind the scenes. Wow, I'm just thrilled. 9:48. You can see the enthusiasm in my voice.
I love it.
22-0, though, on a serious note. Let's see if we can get the Panthers back in the game. And the ball comes down to Alguin. Alguin gets it up to about the 30-yard line, so not that much on the kickoff returns tonight. And we'll see if we can get a good drive going. We'll see if Bonda comes in at quarterback. They'll stay with Leal.
Yeah.
Those are some of the decisions having to be made. Quarterback, of course, quarterback of the team, so to speak, Michael Salinas, the head coach. And he came over from Vela. This is his first season after doing a great job beginning the Vela program in Edinburgh. So Leal is back, as you can see.
There he is.
He'll be back, the senior. By the way, I understand he's a big LSU fan. I'm heading right from here to LSU tomorrow
There you go.
to work with CBS Radio covering at 11 a.m. the LSU-Arkansas game in Baton Rouge. So the ball is handed off to Coronado, and good lateral pursuit again, maybe a loss of about a yard. Coronado on the rush. He's been the main man today rushing the ball. Number 23, he's a junior running back. And on that play, no gain. Maybe even a loss. We'll say maybe a loss of a couple yards.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 2nd and 12, ball at the 28-yard line. But there's our lovely cheerleaders. They put a smile on our face no matter what the score.
That's right. Always happy.
2nd down and 12, motion from the right to left. That's Cavazos, screen pass, and no go that time off the fingers of Coronado. Good defense on that play. As a matter of fact, there was a big defender on him, Luis Rivas. You can see the ball going to Coronado, but Rivas right there to greet him. 5'7", 210. That's a big young man,
Definitely is.
on the defensive line. So we have 3rd down and 12. Ball at the 28-yard line. 8:51 remaining here in the first half. Leal slots on each side, one back in the backfield. Tries to get the ball down to the 40-yard line and overthrows his intended receiver. So it'll be 4th down. The bad news, it was an incomplete pass. The good news, the receiver who he tried to get it to was Devin Denna. Remember, he'd been shaken up. It was actually, I think they looked at one of his legs a little bit on the sidelines, but he is back in. So that is good news for Weslaco, even though they're going to have to punt the ball. 4th and 12, ball at the 28-yard line. 8:46 remaining. Moreno on the punt. One back to get it. And he'll be met just as he gets the ball. And in on the stop right away, Raul Camarena, strong safety junior. So we will see the offense of Los Fresnos once again. And Balde Alvarez enjoying the disco music in the background.
That's right.
Little Bee Gees. I believe that's a Chick-fil-A commercial.
Okay. There you go. Oh, yeah. There it is.
When I was a younger man, I played those kind of records sometimes at high school dances.
Nice.
All right. That was a long time ago.
It's good music.
That's right. I had my leisure suit on. Do you even know what a leisure suit is?
Oh, man, I think I do.
All right. Well,
there you go.
they're pretty scary. But if I went to a retro party, I would be the in guy.
You'd be in.
I should have kept it. I don't even weigh that much more than I used to back then. So first down and a 10 at 35. And a wounded duck that time thrown. And let's see if the pass, I believe, was incomplete. But it looked like maybe Chapa was hit as he threw the ball. His intended receiver was Robert Ramirez, but there's going to be a flag, I believe. Officials are talking.
Pass interference on the defense, number 26. 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
So there's going to be, let's see where they mark this ball. The ball was at the 35-yard line. And they're going to move it. You can see the official moving the ball. It'll be near midfield. So it'll be at midfield exactly as a result of that. 1st and 10 for Los Fresnos. Trips on the right side. One back in the backfield. Shotgun formation for Chapa. And he'll hand it off to Benuelos. Benuelos at the 45. He is tripped up. And I'll tell you what, he would have had a big run. He's finally brought down. Marco Noriega in on the stop. But I'm going to also give credit on that play to Roy Torvino. If Roy Torvino hadn't tripped him up, as you can see right there, slows him up, and then Noriega brings him down, that could have been a very big run.
Oh, yeah. That's
still a good enough
play.
run. It was an 8-yard run, 2nd down and 2 from the 42-yard line, but that would have gone for a lot more. Chapa has the ball. This time he's going to keep it. He can run the ball, and he gets an opening off tackle. He is at the 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's going to go all the way 42 yards. 42 yards for the touchdown by Chapa. We told you he was dangerous running or throwing the ball, and this time he showed why it's not a problem for him to take the ball and run it. He has rushed now for 9 touchdowns this season.
You saw him going left and that hole open wide up and all field gone.
So give a lot of credit to the offensive line, too. Like you said, that hole was big enough you and I could get through.
Definitely.
All right. So extra point attempt is coming up. It'll be Torres, Adrian Torres, and he puts it up, and it is good. 7:48 remaining here in the second quarter. Los Fresnos Falcons over the Weslaco Panthers. And actually, because they have the 2-point play, it's actually 29. So let's correct that. Falcons 29, Panthers 0. You're listening to this game live, audio only on Facebook. Watch it later on YouTube and still later on K-West. This is a K-West production.
Got enough tonight.
7:48 remaining here in the first half. Balde Alvarez, our videographer in the press box, trying to, and of course we'll talk about the great crew that really does the work here tonight.
Makes it happen.
Makes it happen on the field in a little bit. Falcons 29, Panthers 0, and the ball will come down, and it's going to be down at about the 22-yard line where Panthers will take over. And coming down with the ball,
Tommy Esquivel, cornerback for the Panthers.
And he is brought down on that particular play.
Adrian Alanis.
So they'll mark it. We'll see officially
we
when
have
they mark
timeout for an injury.
It's going to be a Los Fresnos player that will be attended to. And I know you're a big Saints fan. Obviously,
Yes, sir.
I cover the Saints games when they're at home. They'll be on the road this week. But saw their big win against Tampa Bay. And actually, Jameis Winston is going to be shut down for a while. Aggravated his shoulder. But the thing I really want to talk about right now is it'll be interesting to see between now and Sunday whether Ezekiel Elliott will play or not.
Yeah, I mean,
again, he's out again. The courts have ruled he needs to start his 6-game suspension.
Yeah, he's in, he's out, he's in. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Do you have any prediction on whether he's going to play this Sunday or not?
I have a prediction that he's going to be in and out about 4 more times throughout the season.
Before Sunday.
Before Sunday.
Before
even,
Sunday?
yeah.
Okay, I say before Sunday.
Yeah,
right,
exactly. I wouldn't doubt it either.
Now, on a serious note, they're helping the injured player off the field, and I believe that's Jaime Garcia, all right? He's a junior linebacker, number 19, 5'10", 175. He's walking slowly off the field, aided by a
little help.
Yeah, a little help. So hopefully nothing too serious, and he can get back in just a little bit. Get ready for playoffs and things like that. Don't want to see any injuries. 1st and 10, 23-yard line. Ball is handed off this time. Direct snap to Denna. And Denna, he could be thrown for a big loss, and he is. He was at the 23-yard line, thrown for about a 10-yard loss. You can see him dancing around in the backfield, trying to make something happen, going one way and then the other. First, he got some pressure, and I'm not sure who finally knocked him down, but again, it was a loss, and we'll see where they put the ball back at the 15-yard line. So it's going to be a loss of about 8 on that play. Among those in on the pressure that time,
Oscar Oviedo.
Right, he put the initial pressure on and made him change directions, and I wasn't able to see quite who finally brought him down. 2nd down and 18, ball at the 15-yard line. This time, Leal has it, thinks about passing, now is going to go to his right, and nothing there. Tries to, just throws it away, basically. Couldn't find anybody open. You were a quarterback at San Benito. Sometimes that's a quarterback's best friend, right? Just throw it away.
Yeah, that's.
There's Leal.
It's rough when you're running. You're trying to throw and trying to look on the run. It's tough to do, but you know, best option, throw it away if you can't find anything.
Senior quarterback, played a lot this season. Getting ready. By the way, he has completed 33 of 65 passes for 510 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. We see him again out of the shotgun. And he will throw it now down to about the 22-yard line, maybe back to near the original line of scrimmage. And the ball on that play is caught by number 88, tight end, Rolando Barones. So Barones getting a catch. This season, he has 3 catches for 61 yards, averages over 20 yards a catch, and also has a touchdown. And that is going to make it 4th and 10. Moreno going to punt back from about his own 13-yard line. Gets the ball up, and it comes down at the 40. And there's good pursuit.
Good defense.
Good defense. And it's Rael Camarena bringing down the gentleman with the ball. So it's going to now be the ball of Los Fresnos. They are leading 29-0 with 6:13 remaining here in the first half. It's been a pleasure working with you, Baldy, here this season. I'm glad you joined the crew.
Yes, sir. Have a good time.
During the run back, holding number 34 on the return team. That'll be 10 yards from the end of the run. 1st down, Los Fresnos.
And also on K-West this week, you'll be able to see the Weslaco East game. Joey Aguilara, and also the coach, John Boswell.
That's right.
They're doing that game tonight.
And speaking of Weslaco East, I do have a score update. Weslaco East is leading 22-14 against Hannah Eagles.
All right. Hannah has had its moments this year.
Yes, definitely.
And you can see, go ahead.
First loss they had was last week, I believe, against San Benito. And that was a big game as well.
1st and 10. Ball at the 26-yard line. Chapa throwing down the right side. Has a receiver open. It's Valencia. And they say he got it down at the 40. So that would be gain of 14. And we know how good Valencia is. He had that touchdown reception.
Let's see the replay. Yeah, you got it.
All right. And, of course, the defender, Evan Margo, the free safety, said no. But the official has the final ruling on that. So 1st and 10 on the 40. Benuelos has it, and he's going to go nowhere. Again, almost a collision between the quarterback and receiver on the handoff. We've seen that a couple times.
Yeah, that was actually a second, maybe even third time that happened. I don't know if it's a little miscommunication or but when that happens, as coming from a quarterback's perspective, panic mode initiates immediately.
So second down and 10. 5:39, clock running. 29-0, Falcons over the Panthers. 3 wideouts on the left. And now quarterback Chapa looks back. Charles Chapa. Benuelos to his right, the running back. And he will drop back. 2-step drop and tries to throw it. And it's out of bounds. It's caught, but it's out of bounds.
Good catch out of bounds.
Yeah,
but
that doesn't count. Elian Gonzalez, 6'2", 170-pound sophomore, brings down the catch. So far this year, by the way, Gonzalez, 6 catches for 84 yards, averaging about 14 yards a catch, and does have a touchdown. So it's not just one player on that team that can catch the ball. They have multiple people. 3rd down and 10, ball at the 40-yard line. Chapa, senior, has the ball ahead. And it goes to Valencia, and he is going to get down in the territory of Weslaco East, gets the first down. Ball was at the 40-yard line. On the reception, it looks like it may have been about 15 yards. Yeah. You can see him.
Great cut.
And he was finally brought down by Jesse Ramos, the defensive end, and that's good news because Ramos also had come out with an injury. Now, bad snap, and it's fumbled around, finally brought down by Albert Benuelos, but a big loss on that play. Loss of about 6 yards. A lot of confusion.
So it looked like the running back was the one that actually caught it.
Yeah, he did. He did it with a snap back. It was actually the running back. And he's brought down in the backfield. Roy Torvino, the guy's number we call out a lot, the junior, brings him down, defensive back.
Unintentional direct snap.
Yeah. So it'll be 2nd down and 15. Ball at the 49-yard line, still in Weslaco territory. This time Charles Chapa is going to throw it, and he's going to try to heave it downfield, and it's going to be incomplete. Among those downfield,
it was Adrian Alanis.
He was among those players. So we're going to have 3rd down and 15. Again, if you've just tuned in, if you're watching this on one of our rebroadcasts, instead of names or anything else on the back of the jerseys, it says family. That is what. I don't know if that's been like that all year, because this is the first time I've seen Los Fresnos.
You know, I want to say that might be their thing for athletics. I want to say when I coached softball that.
Now it goes back to Chapa, and he's going to keep the ball, and he's going to get over the 45-yard line, but short of the first down, gets back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit more, but well short of the first down. You punt in this situation? It looks like they're going to.
Yeah, it looks like they are.
Yeah, okay.
They're bringing in the punt unit.
So on that play, again, got about maybe 6 or 7 yards. It's going to be 4th and 8. Clock approaching 3:40 remaining in the first half. And this is going to be the first punt of the night. J.J. Sanchez, who's already had some good plays on defense. I think he has a fumble recovery interception, but he's the punter. And going to get the ball inside the 20-yard line down to around the 17. No return. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Weslaco Panthers. 3:24 remaining. All right, there's our superintendent. We appreciate her coming out. She comes to all the games. Big supporter.
Oh, yeah.
Of the local football, comes out to the Weslaco games, Weslaco East games.
Friday Night Lights.
That's right.
I mean, who would want to miss that?
No, I'll tell you. It's been fun doing these games for both Weslaco and Weslaco East. Both teams have been exciting this year. And they never give up, no matter what the scores are. So Leal's still in a quarterback. Jeremy Coronado is running back. He's in motion. And Leal does have an open receiver, and he's going to get a first down. And I believe that's Jaden Carvasso, but the ball's loose. The ball's loose. Who got it? And they say it is going to be, yes, picked up by the visitors. So coming up with that fumble on the play was Lee Trevino.
Drilling on the field is a fumble recovered by Los Fresnos.
It was an accidental recover if you look at it, watch.
Okay.
He didn't even know the ball was there between his leg. Wow.
And it was Trevino that made the hit.
Yeah.
He made the hit and the ball got loose. And apparently he's the one that came up with it. We'll have to wait and see. Yes, the offense is coming out for Los Fresnos. 3:16 remaining. First half, Falcons leading the Panthers 29-0. You can hear the fans still yelling, "Go Panthers." Plenty of school spirit. And dropping back, Chapa, he's got an open receiver, and it's broken up at the last second. Nice play. Of course, it was Valencia.
That was Jake Espinosa on defense. That was a great defensive play by Jake.
Maybe a little bit underthrown. Let's look. I think Valencia may have had a pull up. And nice play of stripping it away. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 10. Slots on each side, shotgun formation, and a high pass thrown that time by Chapa. And is it picked off? It is picked off that time. It appears it's an interception.
I think there's a flag on the
flag,
play.
okay. If it was an interception.
Tommy Esquivel.
Yeah.
Offside on the defense, number 92. It's a 5-yard penalty. We'll replay 2nd down.
Robert Ramirez, the intended receiver. So it looked like a big play for Weslaco, but negated. 2nd down and 5. Ball at the 32-yard line in Weslaco territory. Going right to left here in the 2nd quarter is the Falcons. 3:02 remaining. High snap over the head of the quarterback, Chapa, but he recovers it, and he's going to try to run, see what he can get out of this. And if he gets anything, now he fumbles it again, and the ball is finally picked up and getting to the 50, 45, 40, 30, 20, 15, 10-yard line, and finally knocked out of bounds is Roy Trevino.
Wow.
Roy Trevino picked up that fumble. It was all over the place, the ball. You can see the high snap goes over Chapa's head. Now he decides to try to run with it, and he is going to be hit, loses the ball, and then it's Trevino who picks it up, and he goes down the sidelines, and finally he is going to be knocked out. Looked like he almost would get the touchdown, but a touchdown-saving tackle on that play by wide receiver Robert Ramirez. Trevino has been one of my favorite players all year on defense for Weslaco. It's going to be 1st and goal to go for the Panthers at the 8-yard line. 2:45. Plenty of time. Panthers have all 3 timeouts. This would be a great motivator going into the 2nd half to get this score. Leal still in a quarterback. We have Trips on the left side. Coronado lined up to his left. Back at about the 14-yard line to get the snap. And before the play can be run, there is a whistle.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 88. 5-yard penalty, skill 1st down.
You call a drive killer, right? It was a short drive. Now, do you feel that makes it more necessary to pass the ball, or do you still have all your options open this early in the series?
I think you still have a little bit of your options open. Now, let's see.
All right, so it's going to be 1st down and goal to go, ball at the 13-yard line. Coronado in motion to the right, gets it up the middle, and it's going to go to Cavasso, and I believe it's incomplete, or it looked like he had it for a moment, but it's an incomplete pass, I believe. Would not have been a touchdown anyhow. Leal, you can see nice arm movement, gets it toward Cavasso, and he just can't hold on to the ball that particular time. It'll be 2nd down. 2nd down and goal to go, ball at the 13-yard line. Leal getting his instructions from the sideline. You can also see Jeremy Coronado, the running back. Los Fresnos sideline. Trips left side. Coronado in the backfield to supply some blocking. Now Leal scrambling. He's back at the 20, looks toward the end zone. Does he have somebody open? It is intercepted. intercepted in the end zone, and this time picking it off, who else? J.J. Sanchez.
Yep.
He's been all over the place when it comes to turnovers. The punter, also big on defense. If I'm correct, and I'm just doing this from memory, does he have 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery?
I know a fumble recovery and an interception for sure.
All right, all right. Just doing this off my head.
I want to say it is a fumble recovery.
Yeah. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Los Fresnos, deep in their own territory. Actually, they say Sanchez was tackled inside the 1-yard line. You still have 2:25 left. You really can't run out this half because there's 3 timeouts for Weslaco. So they're going to have to try to get the ball forward and make some first downs. Charles Chapa, the quarterback. Albert Benuelos, the running back. Midway in the end zone. Underneath the scoreboard, if you're familiar with Bobby Lackey Stadium. They do have a slot on the right side. Now the quarterback will look to the sideline. We're down to 7 seconds on the clock, 24-second clock. They may just, and they're going to call a timeout for sure here. So there's a timeout. There was some confusion. And when you're in the shadow of your end zone, or the shadow of the goalposts.
You want to make sure everything's
you got to make sure that everything's going to be working out fine as far as that goes. And we take a look at some things here. We were talking about offense, defense. Weslaco's offense this year, rushing-wise, they have rushed for 1,343 yards. Only passed for 971. They're one of the few teams that have not passed for over 1,000 in the district. Total of 2,314 yards, and they're averaging 289 yards a game, almost 300 a game. And meanwhile, their defense, rush, they give up 1,259 yards overall, 1,122 passing, so 2,381 yards. What they've done on offense and given up on defense is quite comparable. And of course, in a game overall, they're all right. We got the play, and
I don't know what that was.
All right,
sorry about that.
That's
Prior to the snap, timeout.
Oh,
all right, another timeout.
Weslaco, they're first.
So Weslaco's defense is giving up 340 yards a game. And taking a look right now at Los Fresnos, passing, their offense has 1,378 yards a game, rushing 1,551. So as good as their passing attack is with Chapa, they still have more rushing than passing. Almost 3,000 yards they've put on this year. They average 325 yards a game. As far as defense, passing, they've given up 1,144 yards, rushing 1,328, and they've given up 2,972 yards, an average of 274 a game. So those are little statistics for both teams. And we have 1st down and 10. Again, ball inside the 1-yard line. It's going to be a handoff, and is this going to be a safety?
Looks like it.
Oh, it looks like the back was brought down in the end zone. Depends if they give forward progress. We'll have to wait and see. Haven't seen a ruling yet. Waiting for the official. He's going to get his mic on.
The ball did not get out of the end zone. It is a safety.
All right, so at least Weslaco gets on the scoreboard and they'll get the ball back. And the young man actually, usually a linebacker, but because he's big, they kind of used him in the end zone that time.
Aldalo Rodriguez.
Yeah, that's the first time he's carried the ball tonight. And he gets tackled for the safety. I thought it was, but because the officials weren't immediate, I saw a couple Weslaco players immediately put up their hands.
Got to give them a good fight to get out of there.
Yeah. And again, you can see them just working hard to bring him down. Among those in on the tackle,
Tommy Esquivel.
Yeah, he was among those, one of about 3 players that was in. So I believe in high school, do you have the option of kicking off or punting after a safety? Do you know the rule on that?
When I remember when I played, it was a kickoff.
All right.
I don't know if there's an option.
I think in the NFL there's an option. You can do either one.
But
it's going to be a kickoff. It is going to be a kickoff. and they're going to do it from their own 20-yard line. Now you can see again, here's the play. Are driving him back at the bottom. As we see the replay again, at the bottom it was Marco Noriega, the junior linebacker. So he initially made things happen, and it went from there. So props to Noriega and the whole defense. Here comes the kickoff. Torres on the kickoff, back to about the 45-yard line, and tackled very quickly was Evan Amargo.
That was Adrian Alanis with the tackle. Able to get there real quick.
So we are going to have 1st and 10, 2:15 remaining. Good field position for the Weslaco Panthers. They'll be at their own 40-yard line. But they got on the scoreboard, so that's a start. You have to take little steps, baby steps. You broke the shutout. That's not going to happen. Now let's see if you can make your first offensive score of the night.
Yeah, and we've seen it happen.
Yeah, and then you get in the locker room, and then, you know, you readjust things for the second half. Leal's still a quarterback. Hands it off. Coronado, and he's going to be over midfield, or very close to midfield at least. Nice run on the play. And we're going to give him about 6 or 7 on the play. So it's going to be 2nd and short. We'll say 2nd and 3. Back to Coronado again out of the shotgun. And this time he will get over midfield. And he is going to get down to about the 44-yard line. So on that particular play, he gets 9. It'll be a 1st down and 10. Look at Coronado. Nice moves there. And again, it took a defensive player or 2 to get him down. He did not go down easy.
Nope. Relentless runner.
There's Leal. Gone all the way at quarterback tonight. Leal moving toward the left, decides to put it down and keep it. He's going to slide at about the 40-yard line, so give him about 4 on that play, but smart. Didn't want to get his head taken off.
He saw those 3 defenders ready.
You were a defensive back, and I know, and a quarterback at San Benito. You licked your chops when you saw the quarterback run an open field like that, and you're running toward him, right? So he got down, 2nd down and 6, ball at the 40. Coronado has it, this time at the 35, down to about the 33-yard line, and it looks like he may have enough for the 1st down. They're starting to get things going. There's a little rhythm here, don't you say?
We have a timeout for an injury.
Injury timeout.
Reset the play clock at 40
it's going to be
seconds.
A Los Fresnos player. Don't know who it is, but they will take a look. And this season, also having the opportunity to do, you'll have to come to a game sometime. The Vipers, now it's the G League. It's not the D League anymore. It's the G League.
Is it?
Yeah, they've changed. Well, Gatorade's a sponsor.
Gatorade. Okay, I got you.
But the Vipers, unfortunately, off to a rough start, 0-3, but they're always competitive. And they actually lost their home opener on a last-second shot from the corner. It was disputed.
Yeah.
So
I love basketball as well. Yeah. A lot of people make fun of me, though.
Why is that?
Because of my team.
Who's your team?
Detroit Pistons.
Detroit Pistons. Well, they were the when I was growing up in the 1980s, the Bad Boys. I saw them.
That's exactly when I started.
Was it Rick Mahorn and all them, right? Isaiah Thomas, right?
Lambier, Thomas, you know.
Yeah, that was quite a team in that era.
It's funny that I'm a fan of 2 completely different, states. That's what my friends make fun of me for. But I was on SportsCenter recently.
You were on SportsCenter.
Power rankings for NBA, Pistons top 10. Power rankings for NFL. Guess who's top 5?
Who? Pistons?
Who dat?
Oh, Saints. Okay,
on NFL, yeah. Pistons are top 10.
No, I got distracted from it because I was trying to look at the player going off, and it was 48. We don't have a name for him.
Okay,
so
I
apologize.
No, don't worry.
Yeah, I was just trying to catch because people wanting to know.
Yeah, 48. I remember we don't have a name for him.
So, Leal out of the shotgun, looking downfield, long pass, and it's I thought he was going to have it. It was Jaden Cavasso. He was open, and they just couldn't quite connect.
Man.
You could see Jaden.
Yeah, he knew
put
that
up
was
his
a
hands.
touchdown. He definitely.
Right, watch the replay. Leal goes back.
He saw him right away.
Yeah.
He saw him right away.
Jaden Cavasso downfield, straight down the field. Just a little fly pattern. Got behind the defender that time.
A little ahead, but, that's a touchdown.
Right. All right, so it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Still good field position, ball at the 33-yard lines. Full complement of timeouts for the Panthers. 52 seconds remaining. in Los Fresnos territory. Scrambling with the ball to his right is Leal. Nobody's open. Nearest was Denna, but Denna was nowhere really close to making the reception. He was under pressure that time.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything stupid with the ball. I got to give him credit.
It's hard to run to make a play happen on the run.
So we have second down, actually third down and 10.
48 seconds left in the half.
Ball at the 33-yard line. There's a young fan enjoying all the action. Fully decked out in Panthers gear.
Yeah.
Motion, left to right. Cavasso. And the ball goes to Denna. Denna will get down to the 30, but on that reception will only pick up 3.
That was a risky pass right there.
So we're going to have fourth down. You obviously go for it. Clock running. Kind of surprised they didn't stop it with the 3 timeouts.
Yeah.
Now they stop it finally. Yeah, timeout with 18 seconds remaining. Leal was looking at the sidelines for a play. So they will try to get that all worked out. One thing, looking at the college, you know, I used to cover Alabama for a long time, and they're number 2, I guess, in the main rankings for the playoffs. Georgia's number 1, and I put down on social media, it's hard to believe that Alabama would be number 2, but even an Alabama fan said, well, Georgia's played the tougher teams. Because, I mean, that Florida State win. Florida State was number 2 at the beginning of the year when Alabama played them. And they're just losing all the time.
Yeah.
So they said Georgia's played the tougher. This is an Alabama fan that even said this to me on social media. Georgia's played the tougher schedule.
Yeah.
So they deserve to be number 1. But don't worry. It'll be decided on the field.
Yeah, that's true.
Obviously, the way it's going, those teams will be in the SEC championship
It looks like it, yeah.
And you wonder, is the loser still going to get in the playoffs?
That's another thing, yeah.
That'll be a big controversial thing. If Georgia, well, one will have to lose.
Yeah.
You know, especially Alabama with its reputation. Should they lose to Georgia in the SEC championship game, might they still be one of the 4 best teams?
Exactly.
Well, we got some dancing out there now, keeping warm. A little more chillier tonight. You see it. All right. 4th down and 6. Ball for 33. And open is Denna for a minute. He juggles the ball and can't hold on. I thought he might kind of make a one-handed type catch, or at least bounce the ball up and then catch it. But he made a nice try.
Yeah, excellent effort right there.
I tell you, there's been hustle. There's shows some speed on Weslaco. Those receivers have gotten down the field. They've gotten down the field. Jaden Cavasso on the previous play. Also Denna on that play. And with 12 seconds, you got to imagine that Los Fresnos is just going to kneel with the ball or something. I can't believe any razzle-dazzle there. I don't think we'd see a Hail Mary or something. They're back at their own 30-yard line. Let me make that clear if you're just listening to the game. And yes, they're going to just snap it. And back at the 25, Charles Chapas will take a knee, and that will end the first half. So after 2 quarters of play, it's the visitors, Los Fresnos Falcons, over the Weslaco Panthers. A kind of unusual score, 29-2. Along with Baldy Alvarez, I'm Scott Harrison. You're listening live right now on Facebook. See the game later tonight on YouTube and still later on K-West. This is a K-West production.
Sit back and enjoy halftime, brought to you by Raising Cane Chicken Fingers. Stop by our new location down the street from the stadium. Thank you, Raising Cane.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Los Fresnos High School proudly presents the mighty Falcon Band and the Stars Dance Team. First on our program is the Stars Dance Team. The Stars Dance Team is under the direction of Ms. Lillian Perez. The Stars Dance Team would like to take this time to thank the entire community of Los Fresnos, their family, and friends for their support. Stars officers are Senior Officer Luz Hernandez, Senior Officer Diana Luna, Senior Officer Melanie Perez, Senior Officer Adriana Pisania, Senior Officer Ariane Rodriguez, Junior Officer Lorena Scareño, Junior Officer Kimberly Lucio, Sophomore Co-Captain Ana Barrera, and Sophomore Co-Captain Andrea Foster. Star of the Week is Junior Lily Hernandez, and Officer of the Week is Senior Officer Adriana Pisania. Tonight, the Stars team will dazzle you with a kick routine to a selection made famous by Creedence Clearwater Revival and later Tina Turner. This is Proud Mary. Ladies and gentlemen, we now present the 2017 edition of the Mighty Falcon Band. The band is under the field leadership of drum majors Ike Saraguz, Ben Garcia, and Cheyenne McCord. Tonight, the band will perform its contest show entitled Dia de los Muertos, which features the beauty and power of H1 Reed's La Fiesta Mexicana and Arturo Marquez's Danzón No. 2. Clarinet soloist is Jenna Capps.
can't come out there. Yeah, we came up to there. They gave us special permission at the front. Okay. This is the reunion class, right? Más cuidado aquí, sir, porque se acaba. All right, Mario, take it easy.
The Mighty Falcon Band exits the field to the Los Fresnos High School fight song. Directors for the band are Andy Solois, Ana Gonzalez, Jorge Rangel, Janelle Mejia, Patrick Anderson, and David Leclerc. We would like to thank our principal of Los Fresnos High School and Los Fresnos United, Mr. Justin Stumbaugh and Mrs. Jennifer Stumbaugh, and Los Fresnos Consolidated Independent School District Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Gonzalo Salazar, for their continued support of our students. Thank you for your attention, and as always, go Falcons!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please help me in welcoming back your award-winning Dreamettes. The Dreamettes have had a successful summer in earning multiple awards and being invited to Macy's Thanksgiving Parade, the Citrus Bowl, and the Alamo Bowl. Introducing your 2017 Dreamette officers, Lieutenant Heaven Peña, Lieutenant Veronica Rangel, Lieutenant Calista Robledo, Lieutenant Celeste Vasquez, First Lieutenant Cyan de la Garza, and Major Tricia Noriega. Dreamettes of the Week are the 2018 seniors. New member, Evelyn Fondon. Two-year veteran, Jennifer Hernandez. Three-year veteran, Brianna Hernandez. Three-year officer, Celeste Vasquez. And two-year officer, Tricia Noriega. Mrs. Rico would like to thank her seniors as they perform one last time underneath the Friday night lights. Thank you, ladies, for giving your all in every halftime performance this season. I wish you the best as you continue this journey of life in dance. Now, ladies and gentlemen, sit back and enjoy as the Dreamettes perform a kick routine to Juicy Wiggle. And now, ladies and gentlemen, under the field direction of Head Drum Major Emmanuel Lopez, Assistant Drum Majors Alexis Gomez, and Gabriela Stein.
Here is your award-winning Weslaco High School Panther Corps!
Tonight, the Panther Corps will be performing a four-season
selection from the movie Jersey Boys. Here is Can't Take My Eyes Off of You. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Ivan Pettis, Michael Pettis, Arturo Hinojosa, and color guard sponsor Karina Kinsey. The Panther Corps would like to thank the Weslaco Independent School District Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Priscilla Canales, the Weslaco ISD School Board, Weslaco High School Principal Yvette Morales, and the incredible City of Weslaco for their supporting of the fine arts. Thank you, and go Panthers!
Halftime scores are brought to you by Taqueria El Compadre, located across the street from Weslaco High School. Stop by after the game where you can order some delicious lonches, taquitos, a variety of, which include bistec, trompo, fajitas, tripas, and more. Taqueria El Compadre, our halftime score sponsor. As we get ready to start the third quarter, it's brought to you by A&M Construction. Stop by and visit the showroom at 502 East Expressway 83 right here in Weslaco. A&M Construction, 16 years of building satisfaction. Thank you to A&M Construction, our third quarter sponsor.
And enjoyed the halftime festivities. Now it's back to football. Along with Baldy Alvarez, I'm Scott Harrison. We're live from Bobby Lackey Stadium, Weslaco, Texas. It's Weslaco's Panthers hosting action tonight in 32-6A action. And the Panthers are trailing at halftime. Their guests, the Los Fresnos Falcons, are leading 29-2. Only points for the home team came on a safety, obviously. And Baldy, before we get to second half action, why don't you give us a little summary of what happened in the first half?
Yeah, definitely. We got a 20-yard pass, but Duenelo's extra point was good. It made it 7-0. Another one, second score was a 44-yard. A 44-yard attempt was a field goal. Unsuccessful on that. Had a touchdown run, which made it 14-0. And then the big one, 76-yard pass, Nico Valencia. 2-point conversion was good on that.
And Nico got the 2-point conversion,
too. Yeah, that's
too.
right. Mm-hmm.
Caught the pass.
And after that, we had a quarterback chop, a 42-yard run. Extra point was good, making it 29-0. And right before the half, safety got the Panthers 2 points. Started building some momentum towards the end of that half. Now let's see what they can do on this second half.
Okay, thank you for the summary. And I believe it was Marco Noriega that had the primary tackle on the safety. So we want to recognize him. And it will be kicking off left to right to begin the second half. Francisco Moreno kicking off for the Weslaco Panthers. And the ball is going to be brought up to the 30-35-yard line. It's going to be Robert Ramirez, but there is a flag.
Yeah.
So, again, we saw some laundry in the first half thrown on the field. We'll have to see if that continues to be the case here in the second half. Officials conferring.
During the run back, illegal block in the back. Number 18 on the return team. That'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down, Los Fresnos.
There is some drizzle going on. I think you left the press box for a bit, but not too much rain, right? We have the umbrellas up.
Little misty.
All right.
Nothing falling down.
So we'll have to see if there's any slipping or anything that happens. This is a very good field, obviously.
Yeah.
Holds the water well, but we'll have to see if that's a part of things, the weather. All right. At quarterback, Charles Chapa. Albert Benuelos, his main running back. Chapo's number 2, Benuelos number 6. Shotgun formation. You'll see Chapa calling out the signals, hands it off to Benuelos, and Benuelos will get down to the 11-yard line, and that's going to be about it. Maybe even a little bit of a loss on the play. It was first down and 10 from the 12. We'll see where they mark it, where they give him forward progress. He is brought down by Noriega, the man that got the safety in the first half. So they say he got back to the line of scrimmage with forward progress. going to be second down and 10. Chapas thrown for a touchdown, run for a touchdown. 74-yard touchdown pass, I believe, approximately. Also ran 42 yards for a touchdown. That time the pass is incomplete, down near the 40-yard line. And the intended receiver was Michael Torres. I don't think we've called out his name. He's actually a defensive back on the roster. He's 5'8", 155-pound senior. So maybe they'll bring in some subs with the big lead. I'm not sure if he's in the regular rotation or not. But it makes it third down and 10. Ball at the 12-yard line. And we have slots on each side. Manuelos lined up to the left. Now we have motion right to left. No handoff on the jet sweep. And it's almost intercepted. And finally, the ball's juggled around. And the receiver that finally gets it is brought down at about the 2-yard line. That's Manuelos. But it was tipped around. And as you can see on the replay, I believe it almost was an interception. Let's look. Okay, it's tipped up, and yes, for a moment, it looked like there was going to be a chance for an interception. It would have been a hard one, but a nice try for the ball by Benito Juarez, a defensive end junior.
And you see the two linemen also trying to battle for the ball as well.
So Benuelos actually gets it at the 3. There's a loss of about 9 on the play, on the reception, on -9, and it's going to be a punt near the back of the end zone. So good field position coming up for Weslaco on their first possession, I should say. Ball is picked up by Denna at about the 45-yard line. Now at the 30, he's at the 25, 20, and he's going to be down to the 10-yard line, maybe 12, before he is finally knocked out of bounds. So great field position.
Oscar Oviedo out with the stop.
That's right. I mean, you can see on the replay, the ball is bouncing. That's hard to pick up a football when it's bouncing around like that. But Denna does. He goes to his right. And there, almost tackled at the 20, but finally knocked out of bounds at about the 12. So got an extra 8 yards with a good move.
Great run there.
10-17. 3 and out for Los Fresnos.
We talk about the big plays. That's a big play that they need.
Remember, Weslaco started 3 and out on their first series, and then we saw Los Fresnos have a good first half. Maybe this will be the time for Weslaco to capitalize.
Yep, that momentum change they need.
Leal gives it to Coronado. Coronado down to about the 8-yard line. Not a bad run to begin the things. When you're at this situation of the field, sometimes it's hard to get big yards. Just want to pick up a little bit at a time. And Coronado does that. So we have second down coming up. Coronado, number 23, Jeremy Coronado, a junior running back. And then we hear, hey baby. A lot of oldies. The bands here know a lot of oldies. I like that. They played a Frankie Valli song at halftime.
I heard that. That was a good one.
Can't Take My Eyes Off of You. 4 Seasons, remember them? So there's a flag.
False start. Number 61 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
It'd have been 2nd and 8. I guess 2nd and goal to go. Apparently they marked the ball at the 10 exactly, so they couldn't get a first down. It was 1st and goal to go at the 10, then a pickup of 2 on the play. But now the penalty will move the ball back to the 13-yard line, so it's 2nd and goal to go at the 13. Originally I thought the runner had gone out then at the 12, but actually it was the 10. So it was originally a 1st and goal to go. And again, because of the penalty now, 2nd and 13, 2nd and goal to go. All right, Coronado is going to get only back to about the line of scrimmage as he tries to go around the left side. Good pursuit that time by the defense. You can see Coronado on the handoff out of the gun. And he has stood up very quickly.
That was number
Christian Pena.
17 again.
Yep. Right. 3 minutes into the second half. It's going to be 3rd and goal to go from the 13. Far hash mark. And again, clock down to 18. Still waiting for the play to come in. Have to get it off fairly quickly. Clock is now down to 10 as they line up. And it's handed off. And it's going to be not much going for Coronado as he's going to be brought down, tries to go toward the right side. Good lateral pursuit. Do you go for a field goal or do you go for it as we get to the 4th down?
I would go for a field goal on this situation right here. Put some points on the board.
They are. Jaden Cavazos is going to be the holder. Francisco Moreno going for the field goal back at about the 22-yard line, so that'll make it a 32-yard attempt. Be 4th down and 15. Kick is up, and it is no good.
Tipped.
So it's tipped, and with 7:58 remaining here in the third quarter, ball will go back to Los Fresnos. Got some good news about our Vipers. We were talking about how they started out 0-3, and they were actually down quite a bit. They were playing the Memphis Hustle, which I believe is another new team in the G League.
Okay.
But they came back and won 138-136.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Nice.
So that's nice. Those games can be high scoring. And now they are 1-3. Got another, I believe, road game, and then they'll be home next Tuesday at State Farm Arena.
Nice.
Meanwhile, I believe also the Celtics have won their 11th in a row.
That's right.
So, again, if you're an NBA fan, a couple of results for you.
It's
First and 10, Los Fresnos beginning their second possession. Charles Chapa, you can see the quarterback. A threat both to run and throw the ball, as we've seen tonight. High snap, and he's going to keep it. He's going to get up around the 20. There's a flag. He'll be at the 25, 30-yard line. Slides for the first down. But do you think it's going to be an offensive penalty?
I believe so, sir. I believe
So do
it's
I.
going to go to the...
We'll have to wait and see. You can see Chapa, high snap. There's been some high snaps tonight. There's been some confusion in the backfield. That would be the negative for Los Fresnos, as I was getting ready for the playoffs.
On the offense, number 67. That'll be 10 yards from the previous spot. We'll replay first down.
If I was working on some things for Los Fresnos heading toward the playoffs, it would be maybe working on some of the snaps out of the shotgun and maybe some of the exchanges between Benuelos and Chapa. Do you agree? You were a quarterback.
Exactly. And as a quarterback, and I think I mentioned this earlier, as a quarterback perspective, when you get really frustrated when you start bumping into your running back.
First down and 20, ball at the 10. Benuelos has it, and he is going to pick up about 3 or 4. Not much doing. A host of tacklers, including Roy Trevino, coming in. So he'll pick up a little bit. You can see. Gets the ball, goes straight forward. And he was in there. Also, Jesse Ramos, who was injured earlier, but has come back and done a good job.
Oh, yeah.
He'd be one of the stronger defenders, I would think, tonight for Weslaco.
Definitely.
Get a gold star or whatever. So it's going to be second down and 16. Maybe picked up about 4 on the play. We'll see if they use clock, too. We were talking about that. Are they going to run the ball a lot? We have slots on each side. I can see on second and long they might throw it. And they will. Chapa goes to his right, gets a lot of pressure from Trevino, does get it off, and it's going to be a complete pass at the 40-yard line. But credit the defense that time. Trevino did a very good job on defense, and the reception does come out, though.
Adrian Alanis.
Right. He gets it and picks up some good yardage.
Illegal block below the waist, number 6 on the offense.
So it's going to come back.
From the previous spot.
And there's also
we'll replay second down.
All right, there's
injury
a
timeout.
Weslaco player down. Sorry, didn't mean to be stepping over the officials. Not sure who it is. It's obviously a defensive player. So it was a nice reception. Picked up about 30 yards. And I'm going to tell you, Trevino put a lot of pressure. Let's talk about that. Trevino put a lot of pressure on Chapa.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think he was going to get it off, or it was going to maybe be a lame duck pass.
Yeah.
But he put the pressure on, and the ball was gotten off, and it was thrown perfectly.
That was almost a sack.
Yeah.
Real close to being a sack.
Yeah, Trevino's impressed me all during the year. And the player that's getting up, and he's walking off under his own power. And this guy, tough dude out there. I mean, he's played well all during this year. Andrew Ogin, the strong safety. You played safety, so you know how tough a position that is. Even he's kind of clapping his fists.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one tough dude in my opinion.
Yeah, he definitely is. Been calling his name all year.
Yeah.
Tough guy.
And now, on the other side, the pretty cheerleaders, right? We got them all here. Yeah.
They're all here.
So.
Now, I do want to make a comment. And we're talking about the how the snaps can kind of mess with your offense. As a quarterback, when that comes out, that can mess with your head. You start doubting yourself. You start, you're used to the motion. You're used to everything that you practice. And then once that starts happening once, twice, and we're back.
Second down and 23. Ball at the 7-yard line. Alguin being examined on the bench. Chapa's going to hand it off to Benuelos, and he's going to get a couple yards. Continue.
Well, that's all I was going to say. Once you're used to the motion and you start bumping into your running back, you start getting that high snap. It starts messing with your head, and sometimes you start, playing off. You start throwing the ball a little off. There's a lot of different dynamics that go into playing quarterback that some people don't really understand. the body movements from the handoff to the pass. And here we go back.
3rd and 20, ball at the 10-yard line, approaching the midway point of the third quarter. Alguin delayed handoff. He's going to get about to the 15-yard line, so he'll pick up about 5, but it'll still be 4th and 15. Obviously, a punt coming up.
Now that play worked magically the first half. I don't know if you remember. It pulled all the defenders from Weslaco to, I believe it was the right side, and then they ended up going left, and they got a long.
Jesse Ramos in on the tackle, also Marco Noriega. We've been calling their names a lot tonight. So, punt coming up. It'll be inside the 10-yard line. Not that many punts tonight for the visitors. Little pressure, hit at the 45, picked up near midfield by Denna. Denna has it. Going to see if he can break another long run, and he is going to be dragged down from behind at about the 40-yard line. And it was a nice job on defense getting him from behind.
Johnny Cadengo once again.
Denna could have got a lot more if Johnny had not held on. But still, good field position for Weslaco. And we'll see what they can do with it. See if they can capitalize. We'll see. Is there a flag out there? Yes, there is. Just saw that. So we'll see what the official has to say.
During the run back, illegal block in the back, number 12 on the return team. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down, Weslaco.
Is it just me, Baldy, or has there been some sloppiness on both teams on special teams returning balls with penalties like that?
A little bit, but yeah. I wish we had a replay on that one because the 2 blocks that I did see looked pretty clean from this end. So, you know, I don't know where that came from or who that was, but, you know, they can hurt you.
Yeah.
They definitely can hurt you.
Still good field position, but the ball is back at the 40-yard line for Weslaco. There are purple uniforms, white numerals, basically white helmets with the Panther on the side, if you're listening on Facebook. And they are going left to right here in the third quarter. Leal still a quarterback, gives it to Coronado, and Coronado is dropped back. We'll see where his forward progress. Matthew DeSantiago, over 600 yards rushing. He's on the sidelines, has not played. Asked around a little bit, could not get an answer. We don't know what the situation is, but he is on the sideline. That's all we can say. So if you're wondering what his situation is, we cannot answer that tonight. But it is now going to be second down, loss of 1 on the play. Second down and about 11. And the clock continues to run under 5 minutes. Leal on the shotgun will pass the ball off. Gets down to about the 42-yard line on the reception. And that time it's Jay Granados. We've seen him do some good things, though we've not called his name much in this game. Cameron Rivera in on the tackle. So we'll see if Granados becomes one of the offensive weapons here. I believe he scored a touchdown last week. I think he had a 77-yard reception. I can't remember if that was the touchdown or not, but I know he had a long pass reception and scored a touchdown. So it's going to be 3rd and 6. Ball at the 44-yard line. Leal drops the snap, tries to get it off quickly over on the left side. It's going to be picked off that time, and it's going to be brought back to midfield. And I believe that's Sanchez again. We've talked about him getting turnovers, and he is down near the 15, 20-yard line. Now inside the 15, there's going to be a flag. But once again, the guy that also does the punting, J.J. Sanchez, this has got to be about his 3rd turnover he's got tonight.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And the play got busted when Leal had the bad snap, and he was trying to get it down to Granado, and again, Sanchez just jumped up and got it, and I think the penalty is going to be on the return, so I think it's going to stay with Los Fresnos, but it'll be moved back. They're trying to maybe point out to where the foul actually occurred if you're watching this. Umpire talking to the referee right now, and he will give us the final ruling.
After the interception, illegal block in the back. Number 42 on the return team. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down, Los Fresnos.
So, Los Fresnos, a lot of the fans you can see are still here, having a good time. The umbrellas are mostly down now, so the mist may have subsided.
Yeah. It looks like it's still raining.
Yeah, from that view on the...
Oh, you know what? It's starting to come down. That's
now it's starting to come down more. We'll see the umbrellas go back up. All right. That was a loud whistle in the headset. All right, 1st and 10 Ball at the 48-yard line. Los Fresnos in their territory, going from right to left toward the north side of the field where the scoreboard is not here in the third quarter. Charles Chapas got slots on each side, gives it to his one back in the backfield, Albert Benuelos, and he gets back to about the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be all. And yeah, if we look at the camera, this is the hardest we've seen the rain tonight. It was not raining at the beginning of the game. Saw some mist starting coming down about halftime.
Timeout for an injury.
Have been a few injuries tonight, unfortunately. Most of them have not looked too serious, but again, something you just don't like to see. This is a player for Los Fresnos, by the way, that has got injured on this play. And the Texans, without Deshaun Watson, they will be going against the LA Rams. That's going to be their first trip ever out to Los Angeles. Because keep in mind, the Texans, started about 2002, somewhere around there. So there were no Los Angeles teams back then.
That's right.
And now, of course, the Chargers have moved to LA, and so have the Rams. And so they're going to be out there, but no Deshaun Watson. And was it Sean McDermott, the coach of the Rams? One of the hottest young coaches I've seen in a long time, about 31, 32 years old.
Something like that, yeah.
And just really he's got it together about modern football. And I think it's going to be a tough day for the Texans. I mean, I pull for the Texans. But
and I think about coaches at that age, and I'm like, it just blows my mind.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, Mike Tomlin was the Steelers head coach at about 33. I mean, he's still young. He's in his mid-40s. And that's considered young for an NFL coach, and he's been around for a decade.
Definitely.
And he's won a Super Bowl. I think he's been to two, maybe.
Two, yeah.
Won one of them. All right, so the player's off the field now. Couldn't catch his number for Los Fresnos. We hope he's okay. It is going to be 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Charles Chapa at quarterback gives it off to Albert Benuelos. He's going to try to move laterally, and he is going to be tackled for a loss. Great job on that play by Evan Margot. Margot would not let him get it away. And you can see in the backfield, going lateral to his left, is Benuelos. And getting him at the waist and then bringing him down, tripping him up is Margot. You got to like that. So it's going to be a loss on that play of 7 yards. 3rd down coming up, I believe, in 17. And the ball is back at about the 42-yard line. They have to get it down to the 42-yard line of Weslaco to get a 1st down. Clock continues to move, under 3 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Charles Chapa, thrown for, I believe, over 1,000 yards this season. Goes back to pass up the middle of the field. No receiver anywhere. There were a couple of defenders back there for Weslaco. We saw Roy Trevino back there among them. And I believe maybe also the free safety, Evan Margot. They had more chance getting the ball than anybody else. So it's going to be 4th and 17. And another chance for Weslaco. And I love these students. No umbrellas. No ponchos.
Exactly.
Nothing. No plastic covering. They're just out there and enjoying the rain.
Yeah, if I was in high school, I'd be like, I'll be back. No, thank you.
You'd be listening to the game live on Facebook.
In the exactly.
Or on your computer, whatever. So the ball comes down to Denna. Denna is going to be brought down at about the 20-yard line.
Again, Johnny Cadengo once again. Been calling his name a lot today.
We have.
Tonight.
And we see Sanchez, who gets all those turnovers on defense, then has to come out and punt. And he's a thin guy. He's a thin guy, too. Not a lot of girth to him. But he's doing his job. So,
happy birthday, Jaden Kanab.
What's that?
I said happy birthday to Jaden Kanab. I was looking at the scoreboard and I saw.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Give him a shout out real quick.
17th birthday.
Yep.
Jaden Gregory Kanab. So
happy birthday, sir.
Yep, we do. So, all right, it's going to be 1st and 10, about the 21-yard line for Weslaco. 3 wideouts on the right side. Got trips. Quarterback fumbles the ball, Leal, and he'll just have to fall on it at the 15.
There's that rain coming in.
Do you think the rain affects that type of thing that much?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I remember back when I played quarterback, they didn't have any of the fancy stuff to help them dry. You know, back then we dried them with a wet towel. So pointless.
So there'll be a loss of about 5 on that play. And the ball will be back near the 15-yard line. 2nd down at 15. There's Leal. And you see Denna, and also, I believe, who else is around him there? Coronado. Saw him briefly. Doesn't hand off to Coronado. He'll keep it this time, and Leal will get down to about the 22-yard line. Picks up about 7 on the quick run up the middle. Quarterback keeper. So he'll pick up some of that yardage that was lost. And we'll have 3rd down and 8. Pickup of 7 on the play. Leal showing some of his athleticism. I'm not sure he runs the ball that often, but shows that he can if he has to. Cavazos, who's injured, was the real running quarterback, Jacob Cavazos. Leal goes back to the 15, now keeps it. He's going to be brought down from behind at the 20, but there's going to be a flag on the play.
Lorenzo Villarreal, 6'2".
Right, he brought him down, but we'll have to see what the flag is. It was back around the original line of scrimmage.
Holding on the offense, number 23. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Which is what anybody would do. You would decline it, get the ball back. Band out there playing, regardless of weather.
Give them a shot. I know they just got back from Pigskin, I want to say, a couple weeks ago.
All right. Always very competitive band.
Oh, man, it's crazy. I mean, I worked in production in San Benito, and we covered all the Pigskins. So, I mean, right after the football game, come back the next morning, 6 in the morning, set up for Pigskin. And it was a bunch of cool shows, though. Oh,
Moreno gets the punt off.
Block in the back.
Yep.
Oh, I guess they didn't catch that.
The ball will go down to the 40 where it's going to be down. And 1st and 10 for Los Fresnos. Are you at the point of the game where you think you're far enough ahead, you're just trying to either give short passes that don't stop the clock or run the ball, or are you still trying to do big, and I know you're not trying to run up the score, that's not what I'm saying, or do you still try to do big plays and things like that because you want to keep your offense and rhythm going toward playoffs and things like that? What do you do at this point? Especially with the wet weather, let's put that in consideration too.
I think I'd play it safe, especially it being the end of the season, playoffs coming up. I think it'd be a smart move to just play it safe, run the ball, and get that clock moving. You know, and from my Weslaco side, I'd go all out.
Yeah, this is it for them. And they're at home.
Exactly.
So I agree. I think I tend to agree with that. Chop is still in a quarterback, gives it off to Benuelos, Albert Benuelos, and he will get over the 40-yard line to about the 41, picks up 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9. We'll have to see if that's the final play.
I believe he was stopped by, excuse me, number 2, Roy Trevino.
Like I said, one of my favorite players on Weslaco. So, no hurry to get off the ball. They won't have to, so they're going to run out the clock. So, what we're going to say, we'll kind of start our end of the quarter wrap early here.
Yeah.
Right now, it is the Falcons of Los Fresnos leading the Weslaco Panthers 29-2 after 3 quarters of play. You're listening to this live audio only on Facebook.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
You know that. Watch it later tonight on YouTube and still later on K-West. This is a K-West production.
Representative for Woodland Life. Visit Johnny Cavazos for life insurance, cancer insurance, and retirement planning. Thank you to Johnny Cavazos of Woodland Life, our 4th quarter sponsor.
And we're back once again, beginning the final quarter of play. And Benuelos has it. It was 2nd down at 9. Ball was at the 41-yard line in Los Fresnos territory. And he is going to pick up a little bit of yardage. Pick up about 4 on the play. So it's going to be 3rd down and 5. You can see Charles Chapas, the quarterback, gone all the way. Thrown for 6 touchdowns coming into this game, over 1,200 yards. Also the ability to run the ball too. Has rushed for over 500 yards and 8 touchdowns. Has added to that total tonight, 8 touchdowns coming into the game. And this time, a new running back's in the game, but Chapas is going to keep it and run to the right side, and he's going to get down to the 40, 35, and finally took out at about the 32-yard line, and maybe a horse collar tackle. We'll have to see going against the man that brought him down, Jesse Ramos, and Chapas a little while to get up. Ball was at the 45-yard line in the territory of Los Fresnos. He got it down to about the 30, so he got about 25 yards on the carry. But again, a penalty in the opening minute of the fourth quarter. Officials still conferring. We saw a new running back in the backfield too. Isaac Ambris, senior, but was used for blocking purposes on that last play. And Chapa's shaken up. He's walking off under his own power.
Personal foul, horse collar, number 9, on the defense. Be an additional 15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
All right, that horse collar tackle. And Chapas was shaken up. He did go to his sideline. Again, the far sideline, so it's hard to see what is going off. I did see him walking off. And now it is going to be the ball well into Weslaco territory following the penalty. The ball will be down, let's see, around the 25-yard line. Following the penalty, yes. Maybe closer to the 24. And we'll have to see what the situation is at quarterback now. Chris Caraveo comes in, 6 foot, 190-pounder. He's a senior. He'll take over quarterback, and he is going to hand it off. And running around the left side and down to the 10, the 5, and down to about the 2-yard line. Picking up about 20 yards on that play is the new running back. Sorry.
Isaac Ambris, I'm sorry about that.
Holding number 8 on the offense.
All right. Ambris was in the play right before the horse collar tackle that Chapa got knocked out of the ball game. And he was a blocking back, but he was seeing his first action, and then he got to carry the ball. And then we see our new quarterback,
Chris Caraveo.
And he is the backup quarterback, so he's in there right now. So a couple changes, one due to injury. And Caraveo, we'll try to see some of his stats here in a moment. So far this season, he has completed 11 of 18 passes for 124 yards, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. As far as throwing,
we have 2 fouls on the play. Holding number 8 against Los Fresnos. That'll be a 10-yard penalty. After the play, personal foul, flagrant foul, number 28. Number 28 has disqualified himself from the contest. That'll be half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
So Caraveo has rushed 8 times for 43 yards.
Don't do it.
Over 5 yards a carry. We have a policy of not naming names when guys got penalties, but yes, one of the players for Weslaco did get tossed from the game. I will say that. If you heard the number, you know who it is. And it is now first down and 10. So ball's back at the 24-yard line, and I believe Weslaco is going to call a timeout.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And again, Chapa got shaken up on that horse collar tackle.
Timeout. Weslaco, they're first.
And I mean, it was obvious that did happen. I don't think it was on purpose.
Yeah.
The defensive back, it was a defensive lineman. He was trying to catch him from behind. It wasn't malicious, but it was obvious. It happened. But the reason I bring this up is I hope Chapa's all right, but he's on the far sideline over there, and it's very hard to see. I don't know. I'll give you the glasses here for a minute, Baldy, if you think you can see how Chapa is over there. Number 2. We'll try to find out. But he did walk off under his own power. And you have to wonder if he'll be back at all tonight with the score the way it is already in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, it's maybe hard to see over there. But seeing he's such a significant part of the team. And again, we could see a lot of substitutes come in here late in the game. Remember Los Fresnos? They won over Brownsville Rivera last week, 28-14. Meanwhile, it was San Benito, your old school in Weslaco, 64-14. So that's the last action for both schools. It's going to be 1st and 10 when we finally get back to action. Ball is going to be at the 19-yard line. 11 minutes remaining in regulation. So far, no score here in the second half. was 29-2 at halftime. Weslaco trailing the Falcons. It's hard to believe that we're going to the playoffs next week.
Yeah, I know.
The season's moved by very quickly.
It just feels like I just started.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, it was the first game, those three of us, and now we're here at the end of the season.
Well, the Weslaco East game, you'll be able to see that next week on K-West. Joey Aguilar. Vinny Barry doing the photography, videographer there.
Ooh, looks like we've got a good game going on in Brownsville.
Yeah. All right.
Weslaco East going, let's see what this.
Hold on with the pass, and it's broken up in the end zone. The pass was intended that time, as we see the replay, for Elian Gonzalez.
Oh, I think I got that number wrong.
And then the player that was breaking the play up.
That's who I'm talking. There you go.
That was Jaden Knab. That's the young man that had the birthday, was it not?
I believe so. Jaden Knab.
Yeah, I think that's the young man who's turned 17 today, so makes a big play. And it's going to be now 2nd down and 10, ball at the 19-yard line. And quarterback keeper and goes nowhere. Maybe a loss on that play. And again, it's Caraveo. And it looks like, not sure who brought him down, but a couple players maybe.
A real quick score update over in Brownsville. Weslaco East leading 42-35.
Good game. 3rd down and 13, ball on the 23-yard line. Caraveo passing this time to the right, and it is broken up. Actually, it went off maybe the back of the defender. Let's watch this replay. The defender has his back to the ball. It goes off him.
That was number 9, Axel Camarena.
Right. And the intended receiver, guy you go to, Nico Valencia, already has a catch of what, about 74, 76 yards for a touchdown. So on 4th down and 13, in the red zone almost, they're going to go for it.
Looks like same play.
And this time it goes to Valencia again. He was open for a moment. A good pass would have been the touchdown. Caraveo going back. Heaves the ball up in the air. And we see in the corner of the end zone.
On the defense, number 34. 5-yard penalty. We'll replay the down.
All right, so they get another chance. And it was Camarena again on the defense. Valencia had the angle, but couldn't quite get the ball to him, the quarterback. We're going to have 4th down and 8, ball at the 23-yard line. And a field goal attempt coming up.
Timeout.
Well,
maybe.
In a bit.
I guess. It's been a long 2 minutes to start.
Yeah.
It's been a fast 3rd quarter, but this has been a long 2 minutes. So we'll wait for the. We'll see if they do go for it, what they finally decide to do. Now, Adrian Torres, let me just say this real quick.
Okay.
By the way, he's a good kicker. 27 for 27 coming into this game. Ooh. So he's, I don't know, something over 30 perfect extra points this year now. And he's 6 for 7 coming into the game on field goals.
Wow.
So he had 45 points coming into this game, somewhere between 50 and 60 points overall. So quality kicker. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I was just going to give a few updates on some games going on in our district. You got Cardinals. They are in San Benito. San Benito is taking that one 39-0. Harlingen Cardinals, yes, sir. We also got Weslaco East, which gave you that one 42-35. They're up. And Harlingen South is up over Rivera, the school I used to coach for last year. And a few more. Lyford 32-16. They're up. And McAllen Memorial 53-7 over Rowe.
In-city rivalry in McAllen. It's going to be about a 33-yard field goal attempt by Torres. Ball is up, and it's going to hit the bottom of the upright. Hits the bottom pole there, so it's no good. Weslaco will get the ball back. 10:06 remaining, and they trail 29-2. Cowboys, we mentioned, maybe without Ezekiel Elliott this week. As of now, they don't have him.
As of now, tomorrow, let's see what happens.
Yeah, so Cowboys fans have their fingers crossed.
No, I'm just confused on the whole situation. I'm not a Cowboys fan, so I don't follow it too much. But I mean, it's in the news.
Right.
I get confused. I mean, there's something overturned every week, so I don't even know
It's a
what's
court
what.
system. You know, your right to appeal. There's appellate courts.
Exactly. That's another
Supreme
thing.
Courts.
That's why. Yeah, there's a bunch of. I guess you could say loopholes to get back into it.
Yeah. Okay. That's one way of calling it.
I'm sorry. I'm just a Saints fan, so I don't want him to play.
First, I understand that. Ball to 20. And the ball is now snapped back. And it's going to be Denna, the quarterback that time. And he is going to be thrown for a loss. He's been a quarterback a couple times. Has not been too successful tonight on that play, Devin Denna. It's going to be a loss on that play. Maybe about 5. Back at the 15, so it's going to be 2nd down and 15. Ball at the 15-yard line. The Weslaco Panthers in their own territory. It's amazing how all these young ladies on cheer squads and bands can smile being this wet. Denna this time gets
Energy
the pass.
level is just still.
And he gets the ball at about the 15-yard line, knocked out of bounds right away. Appears to be no gain.
That's Eloy Guerrero.
He was in on the play. He's a sophomore linebacker. So it'll be 3rd down and 15. 9:32 remaining here in the 4th. They definitely have some good moves, our Spirit squads.
Spirit squad. Spirit on 24/7.
Leal, pressure, and he's going to be sacked. The ball's fumbled. It will be recovered by Weslaco East inside the 5-yard line. But a fumble on the play.
Close one there.
Yeah. Took one of the offensive linemen to save it from being a turnover.
6'3", Francisco Alarcon, sorry.
Right, a junior.
Junior.
He saved the turnover, but
great save.
It's going to be 4th down. It's going to be a loss of about 11 on the play. So 4th down and maybe about 26. Obviously a punt coming up. Francisco Moreno will be doing the punting from his end zone. Kicking it north. And gets the punt off. It's going to bounce at the 32, but gets a roll in favorable for Weslaco down near the 50-yard line. Actually, it'll be in the 49-yard line, still in Weslaco territory, but things could have been a lot worse.
Oh, yeah.
Got a favorable roll.
Yeah, that roll helped out a lot.
8:40 remaining. Falcons 29-2. And it's surprising, considering the score, the fans that have stayed. This is great. I mean, that's the thing about high school football. People are very loyal.
Oh, yeah.
They're watching their kids and things like that, and the weather doesn't become as big a factor.
Is very big down here.
That's why so many people are fans of high school football over college, especially over pro. People that like high school tell me that a lot.
Oh, yeah.
They say it's the purest type of football. So ball handed off this time. Caraveo's still a quarterback. We'll see who's in at running back. Probably going to make some changes now. And it looks like it's Adrian Espinoza, 5'6", 170-pound senior, especially if you're one of the older players, doesn't get a lot of time. You want to get them in. You can. Gain of 3 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 7. There's the new quarterback. Number 16, you can see him. Caraveo, Chris Caraveo. And I wonder if that little girl's looking at scores on her iPhone.
She might be.
Either that or what, Nickelodeon?
Nickelodeon. Well, I see the Paw Patrol umbrella. I got a 4-year-old, so I'm pretty sure I know what she's probably watching.
Okay. Ball is handed off once again, and it's going to be short gain on that play. I have a feeling, again, Espinoza, we're going to see a lot of running because you've got your backup running backs and backup quarterbacks. And again, we've already seen injuries. We don't know what happened to Chapa. He got hurt on the horse collar tackle. We hope for that young man, especially heading toward the playoffs, he's going to be fine. But just run the clock, basically, I think. It's going to be 3rd and 7. Ball at the 40-yard line, 45-yard line approximately. So gain of about 1 on that play. Clock is the key right now if you're Los Fresnos. You don't have to prove anything else offensively.
Exactly. I mean, from what I believe they're in the playoffs already.
I believe so, yeah. So Caraveo, in one sense, it's good. He gets some experience getting ready for the playoffs. But he's played a lot this year, too. Now, before the play gets underway, there's a whistle. As you get a lot of reserves, and we could see a little sloppy play too, especially with
Delay
the
of
weather.
game on the offense, 5 penalty, still 3rd down.
These guys don't always work together under game situations. You were a backup quarterback. How tough was it for you to make that transition from practice, where probably you were all league, and then go into a game where it's a lot different cadence and pace and things like that?
The pace is 10 times faster. Nothing, and I've told this to many people that I've my little cousins, nothing's going to prepare you for a big game. Nothing. I mean, you can do anything you want mentally, but, you know, when that big game comes, you got to be ready to deliver.
So 3rd and 11, Caraveo tries to pass it over to his left side, and his intended receiver that time was Jesus Vega, and the pass is incomplete. First time we called his number, 5'5", 140-pound senior. And again, you see a lot of the reserves coming in are seniors, trying to get a little exposure, get a little playing time. Right. So it's going to be 4th and 11, and right now the ball is marked at the 50-yard line. And J.J. Sanchez will be punting back around his own 40-yard line. Now officials are holding up for a moment. Low snap, he's going to keep it. Now there's a whistle.
I don't know what happened there.
We'll see in a second.
We were still in the substitution process. It's still 4th down.
Oh, okay.
Now, you played quarterback and defensive back. You were, right? Were you San Benito, were you a starting defensive back or backup, a safety, I'm sorry. Were you a starting safety or a backup safety?
My senior year, I was backup on both. I was concentrating on wrestling mostly.
Right.
You know, so I was in football my senior year mainly for the workouts.
But the WWE never hired you.
They didn't. They never came calling.
I'm just kidding. We know it's 2. There's wrestling. That's WWE.
There's wrestling.
And then there's wrestling.
And there's wrestling.
What you have in high school.
Really, both.
All right, kick by Sanchez. And that was an interesting call. Have you seen that one very often? Let me say the ball's going to be down about the 24. What the official just said about we were in the process of substitution. Do you hear that very often?
Not really.
I mean, you played high school.
Yeah, I played. I mean, a handful of times maybe, but you know, I've never really heard that one.
Timeout for an injury.
So again, a lot of injuries done, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, you know, the slippery weather, it can happen as well.
I think it's hard to see because they're around the player. It may be a Weslaco player, but I may even be wrong by that. We have medical staff all around the player, so it's going to take a moment to. Now, when you were playing both quarterback and safety, this goes for all the two-way players.
Yeah.
Is there more emphasis on your time as a backup quarterback, or more emphasis as your time as a backup safety? You know, in practice, what did you emphasize more, or is it individual to individual?
I would break it down since we had an individual quarterbacks coach. You know, I'd go do my workouts with them, but I would be practicing mostly with the defense.
Okay. Is that common where you guys are more on defense than offense?
Because in my senior year, a lot of the playing time did come from defense.
Okay. So number 3 was shaken up on that play, Jaden Cavazos, but he did come off under his own power.
That's good.
Yeah. So it'll be 1st down and 10. Ball at the 24-yard line. And I might just make kickoff tomorrow at 11 a.m. in Baton Rouge. I have to drive the 600 miles to Baton Rouge tonight right after this game, so we'll see.
Good times.
All right. Handoff coming, and a ball will get up to near the 30-yard line. Let's see who has it. Again, may have some reserves coming in. Yeah. Oh, no, still Jerry Coronado. Jeremy. So it's going to be 2nd down coming up. 2nd down about 5. Ball at the 29-yard line. Leal's still in there. Coronado has it, and he'll get about a yard on that play. We're approaching the midway point of the quarter. We see one of their players featured, Isaac Villarreal, a tight end, up on the screen, number 80. Well, what do you think about the job Michael Salinas has done his first year here?
Excellent job. I mean, it's a rebuilding period as well, and I believe with what I've seen with the young team, year 2 max, they're going to be a solid team, real solid team.
Leal back to pass, trips on each side, bounces the pass in to near what would have been close to a 1st down. His intended receiver that time was Jay Granados.
And I know one of the things we mentioned at the beginning of the season was this is a new program as well. You know, so it's a very new program. They're starting to learn the offense that Salinas is bringing in.
Right.
So, you know, it's not a tough situation, but it is, you know, it's an obstacle. I will say that.
Yeah. Okay, 4th down and 4, ball at the 30. Keep in mind, 3 of the top rushers have not seen action tonight. 2 for sure out with injuries, Jacob Cavazos and Peyton Canab. They've been out for a long time. And we've not seen Matthew DeSantiago either. So when you lose that much firepower,
yeah.
You know, and also keep in mind Jacob Cavazos was also the running quarterback. Him and Leal kind of alternated.
Roughing the kicker, number 27 on the defense. 15 yards from the previous spot. Carries an automatic first down.
Oh, well, yeah. So I want to make that clear right now, though. You look at the 2 points up there. What's wrong with the Panthers' offense? I'm talking about someone that's not that familiar with the team.
Yeah.
You have to remember, a lot of their firepower is not available to them.
Yeah, exactly.
And 2, because of long injuries, I want to make it that, again, Jacob Cavazos is a running quarterback, so lose all his rushing.
And we saw the difference at the beginning of the season with them.
And Peyton Canab and Matthew DeSantiago early in the season were starting to get it together.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Matthew had some experience. Peyton was a new guy. We saw him in an early game, return, I believe, a kickoff late in the game, 80, 85 yards for a touchdown that won the game in a non-district game. So I want to make that clear. There's a lot of weapons out there that are not available for Weslaco tonight. And after the penalty, the ball will be moved to the 45-yard line. Weslaco still in their own territory. Leal all the way at quarterback. Gets the snap, gives it to Jeremy Coronado. He has an opening for a minute on the right side. I don't know if it was the weather. He slipped just as he hit the line of scrimmage.
It might have been because, you know, that the weather.
Looked like for a moment he had an opening on the right side.
Yeah, he did have an opening. Let's see if we.
There's Jeremy. And he looks a little discouraged there. I think even he knew that he might have got some yardage had he not slipped.
You see him drying his hands too, so you know it's a big deal.
Right, because he just fell on the ground there, so that shows you there is wetness on the ground, obviously. Leal all the way at quarterback. I thought maybe we might see some other quarterbacks tonight, Devin Hanks or Elijah Bonda, but neither got in. And this time, several yard gain for Coronado. We were talking about Bonda. Last week he was 6 of 10 in the losing effort for 179 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Actually, for the season, I apologize. Bonda for the season was 6 of 10 for 179 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. But last week, he was 2 of 3 for 82 yards and a touchdown. I believe among those completions was a 77-yard pass. Maybe that was the touchdown. I don't quite have all that information. But he has not seen any action tonight. So we're approaching 4 minutes remaining. It's going to be 3rd and 6 coming up. Ball still in Weslaco territory at the 49-yard line, going from right to left. And Leal stepping back, throws it up. And it's caught that time by Dena. Dena's at the 10, goes out at the 6. So on that particular play, that is something to get very excited about. At least that's going to be for the highlight reel tonight.
Definitely.
That particular play is going to be, and I'm always bad on trying to do this math on the top of my head, at least about 46 yards. So let me see where they mark it. Yeah, if it's at the 5-yard line, 46-yard reception.
Yep.
It's for Devin Dena. You need to have a calculator here, maybe an abacus. How's that for old school? What about an abacus here to calculate yardage? Yeah, that's a word you don't hear in a football broadcast very often. Abacus. So 1st and goal to go at the 10-yard line. And Leal will try to find a receiver open in the end zone. And the receiver has it for a moment. I'm not so sure he would have been in bounds had he caught the ball. And that was Rolando Barones. And Barones does have a touchdown reception, the sheer tight end. Incomplete. 2nd down and goal to go at the 10-yard line. 3:44 remaining. Leal seeing if they can get some points on the score offensively. They got the safety from Noriega in the first half. We have a slot on the right side. One back lined up to the right of Leal. Leal slips at the 18 and just has to throw it away. Now, is it just that he's having to move so quickly, or I know it's hard to say because you're not down there, But it seems like we've seen a lot of slipping. Could this be the wetness, or is it just that he's having to move so quickly to get away from the defense?
I think it does have a lot to do with the wetness. You know, it kind of slowed down, but if you look up at the light, you know, you can see it still coming down. So obviously the mist is there. It's going to get moist around the ball, the jersey, anything. So that does have a big thing to do with it.
And we're glad it's so much. We were talking about Denna before, too, making the big catch. He got injured earlier, shaken up a little bit in the first half, but was not long. Thank goodness he didn't get hurt badly. Leal this time tries to get it to Denna on the left side.
You can see it with the pass. It's hard to throw a ball, especially.
That was almost a lateral, wasn't it? It was close to a lateral, right?
Exactly. And it's those short passes, you can tell when you try to throw it with speed, those short passes, if they go down, more than likely a lot of the moisture is on the ball, and it's hard to get a grip on it.
4th down and 10. 4th down and goal to go. 10-yard line. Still going with the starters, at least at skill positions. Jeremy Coronado, primary back tonight. He's to the left of Leal. 3 wide receivers on the right, and this time a lot of pressure. Leal will run, he'll fumble the ball, but it would have turned over on downs anyhow. It's still spinning around out there, and it will go over to the visitors. And I'm sure now they'll just try to run out the clock if they can. Let's just hope nobody was injured on that situation. A few players slow getting up.
Yeah, it looks like they're...
Yeah, I think they're all right, hopefully. There's one little slow getting up now. No, there's one player that is shaken up on that play. Let's hope it's nothing serious. There were a lot of players crashing in trying to get that ball. That's Michael Torres, defensive back. And I think he played a wide receiver, I believe.
I want to say he did it a couple times.
Yeah. So he's being attended to right now. And since this may be the last game we're doing together, I'm not sure what the playoff situation is going to be. We'll throw out a prediction, looking way ahead. Who's going to be in the national championship game for college football? I know we're still way off, but is it going to be? I mean, everybody's going to say it's going to be Alabama. A lot of people are going to say it's going to be Alabama winning, but you know.
I want to say they're going to be there. But I do smell the upset.
You do, okay.
Yeah, I don't know who.
All right.
But someone will upset Alabama.
So they're not going to win?
Text me that day of the game.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you I told you so.
All right, I got you. And the Super Bowl, obviously you're a Saints fan. And
Saints,
you know,
all the way.
I'm a Saints fan too, and I think potentially they could get to the Super Bowl, but you know they didn't play that well in Minnesota. Now that was a different game. That was the opening game. They lost to the Vikings.
Oh yeah.
But
first 2 games.
They may have to go through Philadelphia, Dallas
is
Minnesota. So there's a lot of places. Saints, traditionally play a lot better at home in the Dome. But of course, if they play in Philadelphia, that's going to be an outdoor game. Minnesota is enclosed.
Philly
now.
is always a tough place to play.
Yeah. So you think the Saints will be in the Super Bowl for sure? We'll try to get your prediction on who will win it in a moment. 1st down and 10, and a ball is going to be handed off this time. It's going to be short gain of about 2 on the play. And again, backup running backs, Adrian Espinoza. So who's going to win the Super Bowl? You have any predictions on that?
New Orleans Saints.
All right. You know what they're going to play? I think the easy guess would be Patriots, right?
You know what? If you would ask me last week, I might have said, you know what? I'd say the Patriots.
All right.
But, we'll see.
2nd down and 9. And again, they're going to take as much of the clock as they can. Down to 10 seconds. They'll get it down near 0 every time they snap it. So there they go. They get it off finally. Quarterback keeps it, and he's going to get down near the 19-yard line, and he's going to get a nice gain on that play of about 6. Quarterback. Chris Carvalho again there. And everybody excited, obviously, about the World Series. I went to one of the World Series game the day the Dodgers won. And as a matter of fact, as a Saints fan, I'm going to tell you, you got to be a little bit of a fan of the Dodgers, even though I know most people are Astros fans. And I'll tell you why you need to be in a moment here.
All right.
Little teaser. 3rd down and 3. And as a matter of fact, we got to get to the staff here tonight that's been working too. Let's get through this play, and then we'll recognize some of the people making this broadcast possible. Ball is handed off once again, and not much going. Again, Espinoza. All right. He's going to the Saints game next week, and you might even go with me. The Redskins, not this Sunday, but a week from Sunday, the 19th. Yeah. When the Redskins come to New Orleans, he's the batting coach of the Los Angeles Dodgers, Turner Ward.
Okay.
He lives in the Mobile, Alabama area in the offseason, and that's about 2 hours from New Orleans.
Okay.
He's a big Saints fan.
Nice.
So he's going there.
That's
we arranged him some passes. I know some of the people in the media relations of the Saints. He's going to get to go on the field with his family, get some pictures before the game, and get to enjoy that. Him, his wife, and their 2 kids. All right. We now have 4th down and 3, and let us recommend the staff to anybody that wants to give some broadcast awards out. Right? Aren't they outstanding, the K-West staff?
Oh, yeah.
Los Fresnos.
Best of the best.
They're second.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to hand out some broadcasting awards in the Valley or statewide, listen to these people.
Definitely.
First, Carlos Robledo. He's the director of K-West. Our man, our boss, does a great job. Used to be the play-by-play voice of the Vipers, too, for several years. All right. Julian Alvarez. He's the man that decides what goes on the air, you know, picks the camera shots, keeps the whole ship running. The captain, right?
That's right.
So I guess technically he's chief videographer, but he does a lot more than just that. Don Ramirez, excuse me, is also one of the chief videographers. Val Zamora, videographer. All these are great people, too.
Oh, yeah.
They even let us eat some of their food.
Oh, well, definitely.
So that makes them best friends with us automatically.
Automatically.
The way to our hearts is through our stomachs.
Exactly.
Keep that in mind. Joe Leal, audio technician. And I did say this, you know, I give Darlene Gracia a hard time because I always say if she watches like the Astros, they'll lose and stuff. I told her not to watch any Saints games.
That's right. Oh, yeah,
I told her that today. Yeah, because I'm afraid if she watches them, they'll lose. She's our graphic artist, and she does a great job. Okay, there's going to be a punt right now, and it's going to bounce into the 50-yard line. I believe that's Denna, and Denna is going to be pulled down near midfield. Mike Gonzalez, big Cubs fan like me. He's the scoreboard operator. He'll be doing the post-game show along with Carlos. That'll be coming up in just a few minutes. All right. Mario Palacios. He's the replay operator. Mike Palacios. He is the field camera operator. Armadeo Barones, field camera operator. Amina Garcia, the K-West secretary. She makes sure we have rosters.
Oh, yeah, she's awesome.
She'll make sure we eventually get paid at the end of the season, too. So we got to be real nice to her. Or, you know.
Something might get
let's put it this way. You know, we'll probably get our checks around Christmas, right? Well, we're not nice to her. We're going to get coal in the stocking.
No, exactly.
All right, let's put it that way. So Jeremy Coronado will pick up a short gain on 1st down. And we want to thank you, Baldy, obviously, for being a part of this, helping me out.
Yes, sir.
The other game tonight in Weslaco East, Coach John Boswell, Joey Aguilar, and Vincent Barry doing the camera work. So I think we've got most of people recognized tonight. And a run on that play by Leal. It was 2nd down and 8 at the 45. He's going to get it down near about the 35, so he gets about 10 or 11 on that play. As we're down to the final 23 seconds. Again, a safety by Noriega, only scoring tonight for Weslaco. And let's hope Charles Chop is okay, the quarterback, and anybody else that got nicked and dinged in this game. It's going to be handed off to Coronado. He's going to be met in the backfield, loses about 5 on the play, and that's going to be it. So the final score is going to be the Los Fresnos Falcons over the Weslaco Panthers, 29-2. And as far as the records go, Weslaco falls to 3-6 overall, 2-5 in district to complete their season. Los Fresnos, they're 7-3 overall and 5-2 in district. So, for my partner in crime here tonight, Baldy Alvarez, it's been a pleasure. Hopefully we'll work some more games this year. I'm Scott Harrison, and so long. Get ready for the post-game show, by the way. So long, both as far as the play-by-play portion of the show, from Bobby Lackey Stadium in Weslaco, Texas.